And we're live. Hello.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy day, everybody.
Welcome. As you can see, I am all by myself. What? No, I'm not.
What's this lump?
Hi there, everybody. We have a guest today. This is Mr. John Hughes, one of our best customers. How long have we known each other?
It's like going on 2 years.
2 years, about 2 years since we moved over here. Really,
and since I moved here.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he's been a wonderful friend to the shop. And I more recently found out in the last couple of months that he also entertains people talking about comic books on the internet. So he has Bronze and Modern Gods, and they have a podcast. They have a Instagram show. They're basically on everything, is what I've been told.
Everywhere.
My experience so far is I was up late and I caught one of the live sales on the Instagram feed, and I was smiling ear to ear. I thought it was really fun. And
you saw your last Ronin.
I see a few books that I recognized, but it's really surreal and fun to see kind of the ecosystem spread and do different things with the comic books. And then I've been listening to your podcast now for the last few days, and I'm 3 or 4 episodes into it.
Great. There's 76 to choose from.
Yes. Well, I might go. This is one of the few things where actually I usually like to go back and start from the beginning. But with the comic books and the way they are, it's all about like right now and what's going on.
Let me give you a tip. Don't go to the beginning, please.
Go to the beginning.
It's much better.
To start at the beginning. This is the voice of Derek. Hello, everybody. Hello.
God?
We have
Yes.
Ryan and John here. That's camera 1. Camera 2 is, what's that, Ryan? It's your hand and a bunch of comics. Hello.
His hand was in
And
the box.
camera 3 is Annie Cam. Hi, Annie.
Nice try.
Oh, no, this is Derek and
Megan.
and
Steven.
perfect. And we are streaming live to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and the YouTube of
Bronze and Modern Gods. Hi, everybody.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da-da. Richard's not here tonight either. We got Ryan.
Right. So I'll be playing the role of Richard, little Richard.
Little Richard.
I'm 5'5". Yeah. That's funny. So can you see your feed then on your?
I can.
phone?
I can bring it up. Let me do that now.
Maybe I can, because then we
So
can see those comments.
Yeah.
Or do you guys get the comments on your? Wow, that's so cool technology.
Yeah.
So ask them, if someone's watching on your stream, ask them to comment. We should be
Basically it aggregates all of the comments that he's streaming
There we
to.
go.
So they're pretty
Yep.
wild. Cool.
Excellent.
Awesome. Very
We
neat.
got Monique who says hi, Ozzy who says hi, buddies.
Hi. Welcome, Pulp Fiction fam. Annie says hi too. Annie, are you done? Oh, Annie's Pokemoning. Got
Annie,
it.
are you okay?
Adam
Are you
popped
okay,
up.
Annie?
Ruben.
Annie, are you okay?
Annie, did you understand that joke?
You don't catch the smooth criminal reference. Nobody does that to you?
Oh, she did. Of course she did. Of course she did. Of course she does.
I know.
Ruben says, hey guys. Adam says, hello everybody. I'm off from work today. All right, we got Adam.
All right.
That's important.
All right, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about, boys. Welcome. We're glad everyone's here.
I'm glad I'm here.
Hopefully this isn't causing too much of an echo with our little fanny baby mic here.
Baby Mike.
Baby
So
great
first
Mike.
and foremost, before we get into any news or anything, if you don't mind, John, I'd just like to talk to you and get some information about you for our audience. Can
I
you
get to
tell
take
us your background, how you got in the comics, maybe how you got into your podcast, and what's your podcast?
Sure. I have been collecting comics since I was 5 years old. I'm now years old. So it's been a few decades. That's all I'll say. I started when I found a copy of Captain America 154 on the playground in kindergarten during recess.
Is it still there?
I took it home. I took it
okay.
home, read it. Didn't quite understand it. Why is he fighting himself on the cover? I don't get this. It's like, part 3 of a 5-part saga, but I loved it and I never looked back. And I've been collecting hardcore off and on since then. And I've owned a comic shop in the past.
I didn't know that.
I had a comic
What?
store in a little town called Elyria, Ohio, called Astonish Comics and Cards.
Oh my goodness.
I opened it in 1993 and the market crashed right after. So my timing was chef's kiss. Actually, I sold it. So I made my money. And then I sold everything and moved to California is the place you ought to be.
Oh my goodness.
And then I have sold it again, rebuilt, sold it again, and I've been rebuilding for probably the last 10 years.
Okay.
So I'm at a point now where I'm financially secure and comfortable, and boy, am I rebuilding.
Oh boy.
And during the lockdown, I was working from home, which was a big change for me. I loved it, and I really got into collecting really big time. And I found your store, and I also started the podcast with my best friend Richard from Ohio, who collected alongside me. He used to be one of my customers.
When did you start the podcast?
It's going on 2 years old.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
Everything's like okay.
It literally happened right, when I first moved to Long Beach.
Yeah.
So here I am, and I remember this store when it was at its old location. I wasn't a fan.
That's okay.
But
it's under new ownership. Under new ownership.
Yeah, exactly. The store it didn't. Ryan is a great guy, and Ryan knows how to run a store.
It's on lies.
No. I've been all over.
Saying it was Ryan's fault.
No, I've been all over. I mean, I travel internationally for work. I've been to shops in Stockholm. I've been to shops in Hamburg. I've been to shops in London. I've been to shops all over this nation in almost every 50 states. And this is not blowing smoke up your ass. The fact that you are so good with customers and you're so helpful and polite, and you greet people, you say thank you when they buy something. I mean, come on, chat. Back me up here.
Here's that $20.
Yeah, right.
There are other shops in this very city where you can walk in, take a dump on the counter, and they won't even look at you. And I haven't done that, by the way. But that is not the case here. So kudos.
Well, thank you very much, John.
How was that?
I
20.
Yeah, I'll give you 50. That was very nice. You're a wonderful customer, and you're always very patient. And you wait your turn. You say, and when you get a chance, I'd like to get that book right up there.
And I clean out your wall. Usually.
You usually call you the cleaner. That was my nickname for the longest time. You've been great. So you're a nice friend, and
it's a love fest.
Well, this is exciting because I had no idea that you were so involved in all these other things.
Yeah.
So it makes you a more interesting person to me. And I am especially floored that you owned a shop, even if it was for only a little bit.
I did. Well, I had managed a shop before that, all through my junior and senior years. You'll love this story.
Great.
My junior and senior year of high school, I was a customer at a comic shop in Lorain, Ohio.
Yeah.
That was owned by a guy who owned a meat market, a butcher shop.
Okay.
Baker's Meats. And he loved comic books.
So you wrap your meat in comic books.
He had a comic book section in the meat market.
Yeah.
Because he loved it so much. He got a Capital City account and he started selling new comics. And literally, he's like, you know a lot about books. Do you want a job? And I was like, sure. Can you pay me in books? And he's like, yeah.
Pay me in books. That's a great currency.
That's how I got, this is when.
I appreciate the value.
McFarlane had just taken over Spider-Man, for example.
Nice.
So ASM 300, I got it. I had a stack. But I remember that when it was a new book. So this guy had a meat market, and finally, I helped him build the business up. That we had a standalone location. I managed that for a while, and then I went to the Army, came back, and his store was back in the meat market because he didn't have anybody to run it.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, I can do this. I don't need to work with him. And we got along. I didn't do it behind his back. I asked him advice, and I opened the shop, and I can tell you what was out the week I opened.
Okay.
All right. Brigade number 1.
Okay. Okay.
Tribe number 1.
Yes.
I ordered 150 copies of Tribe number 1.
Yes.
If I ever see a copy of Tribe number 1 again in my life, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I might just go red.
So did you bring the 149 with you tonight?
I will not.
I did not.
I'm taking trade-ins, but not those.
Well, they're great for wrapping fish.
Yeah.
I love Larry Stroman, but that book just did not do well.
It's funny because we take trade-ins here, which is I don't know how uncommon it is actually with other shops, but it makes the whole place feel a little bit like a pawn shop sometimes.
Yeah.
And they did a show about that. It was called Comic Book People,
which I couldn't watch for longer than 5 minutes because I'm just like, it's nothing like this.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
It's the same thing.
So
I
scripted.
I think when it came on, when I was actually working at the old store back in the day, and so
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you work at a comic book shop, watch the store. I'm like, this is a reality show. It's nothing.
No.
Like, it'd be fun if there was actually a real reality show about all the nerdy conversations that happen in a comic store, but not that.
It'd have 5 viewers.
I was going to say, though, occasionally it's really obvious when I get trade-ins from folks that used to own comic book stores. There was a few weeks ago that I had somebody come in and I go, listen, you owned a comic book shop, right? Huh? I'm like, come on, just you don't have anything of value here, and you have 15 copies of a lot of these things.
But you can find things like, I got a chance. If you see the podcast, it's about 2 months ago. I got a chance to find my old collection.
Oh, really?
The guy I sold it to,
he hadn't
still had it.
Yeah.
So I flew back to Cleveland back in May.
Is this your personal collection
it was the store
shop?
/
Everything.
shop?
Okay.
Everything. It was about 46 long boxes.
Okay.
Right? And I'm going through, and I see multiple copies of Batman Adventures 10, multiple copies of Batman Adventures 11, 7 copies of 13.
Yeah.
So somebody had gone through and picked. But that's the thing about those store inventories is sometimes there is.
Oh yeah, you never know.
That's hiding.
That's true. You don't know, but a lot of times it's not.
I know.
A lot of times it's 20 copies.
It's tribe.
But it was just funny.
Tribe number 1.
It's tribe number 1.
Tribe, yes.
Troll number 1.
150 copies of Tribe.
We got a couple comments here. We have Emerald Knight 041.
Hey!
I'd like to send you one to press. What does that mean?
I did a pressing video,
Right.
and don't press Tribe number 1. There's no need.
Oh, yes. He says you got to get 9.8 on Tribe, John.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to
David
display it.
Enrique Chang says Pulp Fiction All-Star Game. Let's cut to this camera so you can see us. Pulp Fiction All-Star Game. Guess who beats out the All-Star Game? Hello, guys. Better be a good show. Wow, David's watching us instead of baseball.
Oh, jeez.
Monique says, I agree with John. About what? I think probably just about everything in general.
About Ryan, I'm sure.
Emerald Knight earlier said, hey, John, we already got some stuff from him. And then Minor Keys Comics says, a friendly store
Steven!
is top priority for me when picking where I spend my money. Very well done. Flo Dameron says, super chat, $4.99, dope format. Would love to see this podcast live. There we go.
I got it.
Hey, did someone just pay $5 for a
He
super chat?
sure did.
I don't know how that stuff works.
You got to have 1,000 subscribers, and then you can give you a tip.
Tips are good.
I got a $5 tip, man.
$5.
Thank you.
Hey, you can buy me a Diet Coke now. And then Juan Carlos Barrio says Ryan, otherwise known as R Bomb. And then Luis says,
thanks, Juan.
I can confirm that Ryan is very friendly. Stop lying, everybody.
Yeah,
and then
you're embarrassing me.
And Ernie Bogan gives you a surfer thing. Hey, Ernie.
I'll take it.
Hang loose.
I hang loose when I can.
So real quick, I know we don't want to make it the John history show, but real quick,
but why not?
Tell us about just some of your favorite comics, and then maybe some of your best experiences doing a podcast, and maybe what you've learned, because I know there's a lot of our audience that are into being content creators. So what advice would you give possibly to people who want to make their own stuff?
Favorite comics, I love Captain America still.
I was going to show you, but you can't really because you get the long sleeves.
No. I had a tattoo. I did cover it, though. I have a Bowie tattoo over there. I have a Black Star tattoo.
All right.
When Bowie died, I covered it.
Oh,
sad.
Okay.
But I love Cap. I really love Bronze Age stuff. Toys like Micronauts, G.I. Joe, Transformers, stuff like that. I was just out of that age group when all that stuff hit, but for some reason it still hits me nostalgia wise. And current stuff, I do like Stray Dogs. I do like what else do I buy, Ryan? I'm blanking now. Let me look at your show. I like Noctera. I like Geiger, thank you.
Geiger's
all
great.
the things I like.
Yeah. I'm trying DC, especially after Evan was on our show. What was the second part of the question?
Just maybe some of your favorite podcasts.
Advice for podcast people.
Yeah.
Don't assume everybody knows what you know. Because...
You want a poll? Or you want a poll? Huh?
Yeah. There are so many new people in the hobby now, so many new people that don't know about how to store comics properly, how to... they don't even know about pressing. They don't know about slabbing. They don't know this stuff. And so if you go in using terminology and slang and acronyms, and they're not going to know what's a CGC, what's a CBCS. always try to share your knowledge. A lot of people like to hoard their knowledge and like, this is mine,
Gatekeepers.
Yeah.
No good.
Why be a gatekeeper, especially when you're 800 years old like me?
I'm a gate usherer.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're going to do a podcast, have a point of view. Don't just say, I'm going to do a comic book podcast. What's your point of view? Ours started out being focused on the Bronze Age, and then Richard was more into modern books, so we added and modern as kind of a joke. And then it just kind of, you find your voice after a while. You don't be embarrassed by your first 10 or 15 shows. There are going to be
So you do want people to go listen to your first 10 or 15 shows.
Go compare. You'll see. We were not very good when we started. Yeah. I'm sure Comic Tom was not very good when he started. So
is he the king? Is that who we're? Or we just? Is that shorthand for like he did it?
He's got the biggest following, and he was first. A lot of times, when you're first, you're the biggest.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say.
Yeah, right on. Fair enough.
I'm not trying to jam mystery boxes down people's throats, But a little shade there. Sorry. So yeah, talk about what you know and be yourself. Because when you see people that are like, they're putting on a character, it's cringe.
They're like, what? Do that again?
You don't come off as authentic, and authenticity means so much to folks. I would agree with all of those things, especially the not treating people like they know everything. I have new customers all the time.
We're still poking.
Annie who works here is leaving. Bye, Annie.
No, except she's not.
She's not.
She's not leaving.
I'm sorry. I'm continuing, Ryan. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Nothing. Just everything he said. It's correct. I've felt this way about it. I've had a customer come in, and it was kind of a joke. Now it happens all the time. But somebody just looking at me and going, keys. And I was so not in the frame of mind of back issue stuff because we mostly were very, very focused for years and years on just new comic book merchandise and graphic novels. It was pretty much it.
It was very graphic novel.
And that's what we sold online. So that was kind of our bread and butter. So when somebody came up in my face, just went, keys? I go, I don't know what language you're speaking right now. If you use, do I have any key issues? I see. Now if somebody doesn't, I know what they mean. But I try to be sensitive to that as well.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that, how can I say this? They're not the most socially fluid people that collect comics. So sometimes you have to kind of bring them out of their shell a little
Absolutely.
bit.
I do that all the time.
Sometimes I'm not looking at you, Steve.
Sometimes it takes years for me to get people out of their shell, but when I do, it's awesome.
Ryan's very simple. Okay, cool. So I got a bunch more things to ask you, but we got to move along with the show.
Yes.
But real quick, let's cut it to us. Can we see us? Or is that us? No, that's the comic books. Yeah, there's us. So, Megan, hold this book up to the camera. What book is this, Ryan?
Ooh, Barbaric.
Did you like this book, Ryan?
I thought it was wonderful.
Tell us what was great about this book.
You can see he's wielding a giant battle axe, but it happens to have a giant mouth on it, and it speaks. So it would have been a good book anyway if the premise was just, what if Conan always had to do the right thing and had no choice? But it's even better because what if he also had a talking axe that was literally thirsty for blood and gets drunk on that blood, on the blood of evildoers? It's also just beautifully drawn. I think is it William Gooden? William Gooden, who I feel like I've only seen on covers for a hot minute. So a lot of stuff from Vault. I feel like this is my first experience with just straight up interiors, and he is a good artist. So if you're in the mood for anything, was I just pitching the book? Is that what's happening? If you're in the mood for a Conan adjacent style book, the good sense of humor, lots of violence, really stylistic artwork, highly recommend Barbaric. Apparently, I had more faith in a lot of other shops because I still have people coming in and going, "Oh, you still have it? Can I buy multiples?" And I say, "Please help yourself." I ordered a lot, that book deserves to be a hit.
All right, and I'm glad you like it because I got you a Barbaric T-shirt.
Oh, look at you! And it's a large. This is appropriate right now.
It's extra small. and you know why Megan thought it was so funny? Because look, I got myself a Barbaric T-shirt.
Where did you get this, Derek?
We got matching T-shirts. So
twinsies.
Just down Anaheim Boulevard.
Is it a secret where you got it?
No, it's off the Vault website.
I didn't even know that they had apparel. Yeah. So go visit vault.com. I don't know. What is it? Vault Entertainment, Vault Comics, something, whatever. Really enjoy Vault. They do good stuff. I didn't know that they had apparel. I will have to go check it out.
Hey, look, that's
that's what I'm going to be wearing tomorrow. Thank you, Derek.
He's hungry.
Yes, he's hungry for blood.
Hungry for blood.
That's great, Derek. Thank you very much, buddy.
You're welcome, pal. All right, cool. So that was, I want to get that out of the way real quick. couple comments here. Comic Journey? Almost said Cosmic.
Comic Journey.
Barbaric
Yes.
is really a fresh approach to the whole barbarian genre. Very true. Louis says, plot twist, that customer was asking Ryan for the keys to the bathroom.
Yes.
Chavez?
Third rail says, John has a great humor. That's why he's different from Comic Con. There you go.
There you go.
And then Seizure Hernandez says, hey, it's John. It's Caesar. But Caesar, your name is Seizure online.
That is Caesar, who works at Torpedo Comics in Orange County.
Oh, cool.
Oh, very cool. Good to see you, man. And then Emerald Knight says that new Green Lantern book has been really good so far. I totally agree. I'm digging that Green Lantern book. Okay, so on to the news real quick, boys, before we get to the books. I'll try to be super quick on some of the stuff. Right at the top, we had a death. Robson Rocha.
I'm gonna walk around you.
The artist of Aquaman, right? Would you like to say anything real quick, Steven?
Well, I gave Ryan the book.
I didn't read any of this run, and I wasn't familiar with this artist,
Good.
but you guys can speak to it. But Steve did just kind of like, here, look at the book. And I'm like, that is quite beautiful. So was this fellow fairly kind of making his name a little bit, maybe?
He was. He was just
Down a little more.
he had been doing stuff for a little bit. Yeah, he'd done some Justice League, I believe. But Aquaman was really his first first big.
Did we actually say his name? Robson Rocha?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a shame. He does look very talented. I didn't get a chance to read. That's great. Beautiful double page spread here.
You gotta hold it a little
like this,
lower towards us.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay. In any case, if you're interested, he was the main artist when Kelly Sue DeConnick was doing her Aquaman run. So if you want to kind of check out what it was all about and why we're sad to see him go, we have that here for you.
Yeah, he was a fairly younger guy, really up and coming talent, and of course Kelly Sue, Jim Lee, Dan DiDio, a bunch of people gave a lot of great tributes online. Our buddy Tommy Taylor, so I shared a number of those to our Facebook group, and we didn't know him directly, but of course we had lots of his comics that we sold in the shop. So sad to see someone in the community go too soon. Any comments, John?
I'm not familiar with him, but it's an interesting art style that he had. It's kind of like, for lack of a better way of describing it, Jim Lee meets Mike Mignola.
Oh yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
So good stuff. I'm the last Aquaman run I read was when Eric Larson was writing it.
I want to know what Eric Larson draws Aquaman.
He did the covers.
Okay.
He didn't do he took over for Peter David.
Oh, okay. So did he still have the hook hand then?
He still had the hook hand, but then it's Eric Larson. So all of a sudden there's like a big dolphin with arms and legs, an Eric Larson looking character.
Are there any artists that you feel like kind of died before their time? They had a lot more work to do?
Mike Wieringo. He drew Flash, Impulse, Spider-Man. He was so young. What's that?
He did that run with Mark Waid on Fantastic Four.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's where I know the name. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, Mike Parabeck, who drew Justice Society of America.
Okay.
He was also he was the first artist on Batman
Adventures. He drew a book that I loved that will never, ever, ever be reprinted for many reasons, called El Diablo, which was a DC comic.
It's a Western character?
It was an updating of the Western character.
Was that the one that Phil Hester worked on? No, that would have been later.
It was a Mexican American guy who lived in like a really tough neighborhood in East LA, and he had a costume. He became El Diablo.
Yeah.
It will never be reprinted because it sold horribly.
Yeah.
I think Steve and I were the only two people reading it. And the guy who wrote it, Gerard Jones, went to jail for child pornography.
Oh.
So there's all sorts of reasons why this book will never be reprinted.
Right.
But poor Mike Parabeck, that's where he kind of came into his own, and then he got the Justice Society, Batman Adventures. He was kind of the cartoony guy.
Yeah.
But his art was so slick and so beautiful and so good.
I got some comments here. I
good answer.
got Comic Journey saying, it's comic, not cosmic. Sorry. I don't know if I did correct myself. I don't know if you heard. Seizure Hernandez says, I love this broadcast. Much love to you guys. Much love to you, Caesar. Comic Journey again says, it's a shame and sad to see anyone go, especially when that person goes young. He also says, Eric Larson's work is a blast. as long as you don't take it too seriously.
You're not
I don't think
supposed to.
I don't think Eric Larson ever takes anything too seriously.
And then Ruben says, "I love that El Diablo run. I finally tracked down the final issue.
Oh,
of
it's
El
tough.
Diablo last year." Okay, so on to a couple quick items of the news, real quick. Ryan, I know you'll be interested in some of the stuff. Emmy nominations came out, and guess what got nominated for Best Drama, Ryan? Lovecraft Country,
Oh, cool.
Boys, and The Mandalorian. So 3
nerds are taking
genre
over.
shows that would have
Taking
never got
over.
nominated probably in years past.
No.
And 2 of them got canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Anytime I say that around my wife, she's like, "Stop saying that it's crazy. It's not. It's fine." I'm like, it is though. Nobody in their wildest dreams thought that we'd have Star Wars shows and comic book shows nominated for Emmys and stuff. It's insane.
Cobra Kai got nominated for Best Comedy. So shout out to Cobra Kai.
Cool.
Is it a comedy?
I don't know. Is it?
There was some debate about some of there. If you look at the comedy, there was real questionable, like is it the stewardess, the Kaylee Kuko? I don't know that I would necessarily call
the flight attendant.
Flight attendant. Yeah, I don't know that I would.
You're so sexist calling her a stewardess.
No, she's
so old school.
What are you going to start saying? Virgin covers?
I called them textless. Yeah, there was some really odd ones, especially like in the comedy category, that were like, I don't know that I'd call that a comedy.
Well, if Ralph Macchio is doing karate in his 50s, it's a comedy.
It's probably yeah.
And then real quick,
He's the bad
some
man.
cool numbers here, Ryan. The Boys got 5 nominations in total.
Good for them.
Yes.
Lovecraft Country, which, as you mentioned, is canceled, John.
Sad.
That got 18 nominations.
Wow.
Yes.
And you're sitting down. The Mandalorian got 24 nominations.
Wow. How many of those were technical Emmys?
A lot.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying.
Well, you got to come with the real.
I'm just saying.
I need to bring Grogu and have Grogu accept the award there on stage.
Lovecraft Country actually got a lot of frontline nominations.
That's good.
A lot of acting, a lot of directing,
Screenwriting.
screenwriting. So it probably did the best of the genres.
MJ Rodriguez for Best Supporting Actress for Pose, first trans person ever to be nominated for an Emmy.
Oh, wait, in which show? In
Pose.
Oh, Pose.
Pose.
And there was one of the actors on Saturday Night Live was the first Chinese.
Bowen Yang, first gay Asian American to be nominated for an Emmy.
Chinese.
Oh, shit.
Chinese.
He's Asian American though, right?
Yeah,
he's from here.
But I think
He's not from China.
No, they were saying of Chinese descent.
Yes,
you know?
yes,
So
for
that
sure.
was actually a big thing, and they also noted that it was the most diverse nominations they've ever had.
Bowen Yang is hysterical.
Yeah.
I think Megan and I went to. Did I go without you, honey? The thing for Pose at Fox Studios. So I got to go meet Ryan Murphy and hear him talk and watch an episode, and brought us back a couple Pose T-shirts, and Megan wears a Pose shirt around the house when she's editing. Okay, a couple other things real quick. I think we'll save more of our commentary for next week's show, Ryan and Steve. But real quick, did everyone here see Black Widow? I know John didn't get to see it yet. Did you see it, Ryan?
I did see it.
Okay, just real quick, 2 seconds. What do you think?
I thought it was fine.
Fine. What about you? What do you think? Oh, you didn't see it?
A ringing
Okay, we're not going to spoil it. We'll get more.
It was entertaining, like every Marvel movie is.
So you thought it was fine?
Florence Pugh owns the movie. Give her everything. I'm gonna go watch Little Woman. I haven't seen it yet.
She's gorgeous. All right, Steve wants to give a quick thing.
I'm kind of with Ryan. I thought it was fine for what it was, but I will suggest if you have not seen it, go see it in real IMAX.
Okay.
Because there's 22 minutes of footage that was shot in IMAX. The Budapest sequence, the
Budapest.
No, I said that so you could do that.
You set me up wonderfully.
Adaption or adaptation?
The prison scene, and then the back end of the finale with the thing in the sky.
Yeah.
And real quickly, I did look it up. When Suicide Squad comes out, definitely go see it in IMAX, because apparently the whole film was shot in IMAX.
Oh, wow.
And you can't see Starro truly in all his glory unless you see it in
Suicide
IMAX.
Squad was all shot on small red digital cinema cameras. So James Gunn just did a behind the scenes with red digital, and was saying that this is the way he's always wanted to shoot a movie. Like,
right.
The cameras move around so much.
These guys are just
real quick, Megan, what do you think of Black Widow?
I liked it.
Megan liked it more than I did. I thought the same thing as the boys. I thought it was fun, but I'll give more of my opinions on a later thing. We got some comments here. Louis says they're called flight attendants, Steven.
There we go.
Comic Journey says incredible help, and Lou Ferrigno should have received an Emmy. Freaking
At least for the music
Cuomo
score.
got an Emmy last year. He says too controversial. Give Lou Ferrigno an Emmy. He's deaf for God's sakes. I love that shoe and guy. What's a shoe? I don't know.
That show.
Show. Yes. He spelled
A really big shoe.
he loves his shoes as well. Third rail says old school covers versus digital covers. Which is better? Well, I say old school. Everyone agrees?
Oh, yeah. No contest.
I don't even understand what digital cover means.
I think is it pen and
you mean they make it digitally?
pen and
The
ink
artwork
or
digitally?
drawn on tablet?
I can't always tell. Can you always tell?
Sometimes.
I mean, when it's like Yoon or like Art Germ, I go like, oh yeah, it's obviously digital.
But like Walt Simonson just did a cover for something of the X Factor.
Yeah.
The X-Men
reboot.
Legends.
Yeah, and you can tell that was pen and ink, and it looked gorgeous.
But Lee Bergermo, he only does digital.
Yeah.
He doesn't do.
I like texture, so if I have to pick, I want something that feels like I can touch it and it would feel like it has texture. So
what are these artists doing though for their other income stream now, where they used to sell their original art?
we're not going to make this the NFT show. I absolutely not.
Exactly.
Okay, so Loki season episode 5. We'll kind of go into more to that.
I have a piece of outerwear, a shirt coming to me in the mail,
Is
and
it
I'm
the
excited
Izod riff?
to wear
Yeah,
it
Izod
around.
riff?
Maybe
We've ruined. all
you've
your
ruined
fun.
it completely, but not everybody watches this, so it'll be fine.
I think me and Megan have a favorite new Loki, and he's green.
Oh,
Small.
he wins everything.
He bites.
Yes.
I will.
Remember, no one can hear you unless you have this thing.
Okay. I will say that Funko is already on top of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Apparently, the particular one we are discussing is going to be a Hot Topic exclusive.
There you go.
So hot topic very quickly, because it does look pretty cool.
Very well done. Very well done.
This isn't a spoiler. That is not only my favorite episode of the show. I think that's my favorite episode of everything that Marvel's done so far for television.
what?
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Did you watch Shield?
No.
Some of it.
My wife watched it. I fell off of it.
I did after season 2, and then when it all was on Netflix, I caught up. If you can make it through season 2, it becomes a great show.
That's what I hear. You just kick yourself.
I know.
If you stub your toe enough times,
it was just
you can.
Inhumans.
Comic Journey says show. Damn it.
Yeah,
Can't
got it.
spell.
Yeah,
but
thank
he
you.
does have nice shoes, though. They should make a Lou Ferrigno Funko.
Oh, I thought he was saying move it along. Show, damn it, go, show.
Um,
Comics.
So
Move on.
So yes, we'll talk about more Loki stuff later. But the last episode is tomorrow, and
But come to the store. You come and get your comic books. You watch it later.
Vote Loki if you like seeing President Loki.
That's right. We got Vote
Loki.
Loki back in stock. We also have the last kind of solo series that he had back in stock and trade paperback. So a lot of Loki stuff to go around.
Comic Journey, I'm not getting on your back for the typos. I love them. Everything I type is a typo, so we're in good company, brother. And then also, I have to give a shout out to Superman and Lois. It comes back tonight. That's a great show. You should be watching. All right. I'll talk about more stuff next week, but I just really want to recommend to you guys and everyone else the Fear Street movies on Netflix.
I'm trying to talk Jessica into it. She doesn't watch these, so it's not going to help now. But the next time you see her, you should be, Fear Street. Oh man, it's so good. You should watch it.
Megan likes it.
I'm dying to watch it.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not very
I like it.
commentary. Good.
I think it looks like a lot of fun.
So we finished the first one halfway through. The second one's really good. And I just had a quick little anecdote that I learned during an interview. Mr. Matt Damon promoting his new movie Stillwater, not the comic book, but a movie.
Oh, I almost got it.
He revealed that he passed on the lead role for Avatar. So that would have been, what was the name of the actor who did that?
Oh, the Blue People movie.
Yeah.
That took me a minute.
Yeah. What's the name
Nobody
of
remembers
that?
his name anymore because he's
Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington.
So he passed in the Sam Worthington role. But get this. James Cameron at the time really wanted him to be the lead
Yeah.
and offered him 10% of the
points.
total gross.
Oh. So he was not as rich as he could have been.
So for a $2.8 billion movie, the biggest movie of all time, Matt Damon walked away from the biggest acting paycheck of all time.
I don't
possibly
know.
$280 million.
Possibly, but let's be
But
honest.
it's a good story, Stephen. Let's not ruin it.
Universal has paid him very well to be Mr. Bourne. Let's be honest about that.
Which is why he passed, because he was doing the Bourne movie, so he didn't want to leave that. But it just made it for an interesting story.
Someone else is effing Matt Damon now.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so I think that's it with some of our news. I got more pop culture stuff we'll talk about next week. But I wanted to cue you guys up.
I love that song.
So, John,
Yes.
you posted
Controversy.
some controversy. Okay, real quick, let me read these comments.
Yep.
Third Rail says, I really think Hela, the goddess of death, should be included, especially without outfit. Yes, we always like Hela. Ruben says Fear Street was good. Or he says Goyd. I don't know if that's gold or good, or you're just an older lady that says it's Goyd. Ruben. Comic Journey also says Loki has set my expectations super high. I have a feeling it will be great. I also have a very, very bad record for predictions. Louis says Superman. I must resist my urge to make a pipe joke because of guests. Yeah.
We have company.
If that's ever stopped it.
Comic Journey wants to know why he's the only one chatting. This is interesting stuff. You other 14 people contribute.
Yeah. There's 14 people on the channel.
We got 31 people on this stream.
Good.
So,
Excellent.
And then Ruben says, I got the Matt Damon joke. Did you get Matt Damon? Okay. All right. So
Like them apples?
They like them apples. All right. So back to John. So John,
Yes,
you
sir.
posted about something interesting. This post actually got reposted a couple different places.
Many places.
So this is kind of a controversy regarding something that got put up at a shop. So tell us about that and tell us about some of your opinions.
You don't happen to have the image I sent you, do you?
Oh, I have it here.
Yeah, I can probably find it.
Yeah, if you can put it up.
Talk about it.
If not, I can read it to you. There's it's from a back issue bin at a store, and somebody has.
Where should I do
posted it.
this, or do you have it on your end?
You can do it. Here, what's there?
The owner has a sign that says on the wall, "Due to the nature of the speculators market, we reserve the right to check and reprice any and all back issues according to current going value." First of all, the poor English with current going value, whatever. I think he meant current market
He also
value.
used Comic Sans. It looks
Oh
like.
my god, it's just the worst. The font, everything. It's just this sign just really triggered me. But
Did you see these ones?
I did.
So it's a trend.
Yeah, well, it's definitely, and I get it. So
I'm going to be quiet.
the debate is this a good customer experience or not? Now, I see why retailers are antsy. Things change on a dime. You know, an issue of Haha comes out tomorrow, and all of a sudden it's optioned for Netflix, and everybody's going and grabbing everything off the shelves. Oh, there is an issue of Haha coming out tomorrow. Almost like I was queuing that up. So I get it. Also, you told me a harrowing story when we were getting ready to go on the air about someone who walked in and bought all 15 copies that you had of Stray Dogs for Friday.
I don't know. I was thinking I was exaggerating, but
Yeah, still.
but it definitely happens.
But someone cleared the shelf out, and people like me who want to get one or two miss out because I didn't get here at 10 o'clock Wednesday morning.
Right. So
I
first
get
of all, just for a little bit more context,
Yeah.
People hear me talk about this here in the shop, and sometimes they don't always know what's going on. I go, it's crazy. I don't know. It's just nuts. The market is so full of so much more energy and verve right now than I've seen. Now, he's been collecting comic books since he was 5 years old. I've only been into comic books really since I was like 16 or 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And even then I had not really any interest in collecting comics. I was supposed to graphic novels. I'm reading the stories. I'm voracious. Then when I started collecting, to get rid of had to move, get rid of it, build up another one. But it was never from any place of, what's the value or anything like that. In fact, when I got into comic books, I was very much into indie books, which nobody cared about at that period in time,
Right.
and so on and so forth. And I've been working in comic books, I guess, for 11 years. When did the New 52 start? That's usually my starting point. Whenever that started.
Yeah.
And it's never been like this. So the New 52 is probably the last time it was like this.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, that was more just hype for the books and stuff. It really didn't seem like it had the same added element of speculation, which if you're not familiar with that term, really all it means is, and it's not every. We're going to talk about this because John is a speculator, but John is also not a speculator. It's there are different things. But when somebody says speculation, what they are, and you may have heard of a house being speculated on before. It's a similar thing. You're getting something with the idea that it's going to increase in value later. Now, that's not the same thing as, today some people said it's worth money, so I'm going to run out and get it, which is kind of a little bit more like the Friday the 13th Stray Dogs example. So there's speculators, there are flippers, there are people that are just collectors, and or you could be all three of those things, or whatever. And right now, this stuff is, I don't have any other word for it besides it's insane. The amount of money that people are spending on comic books seems unprecedented.
Good for you.
I'm not complaining, but I'm always waiting for the other shoe to fall.
I am too, because I went through a crash myself in '93.
And people say, well, a lot of people make comparisons and stuff. I think it's different. We didn't have the internet back then. Right. That's a huge component. There's so many people buying and selling to each other. Well, that has nothing to do with us.
And we didn't have Wall Street involved before. Now Wall Street's involved.
And I don't know if that's a good or a bad
thing.
But
the jury's still out on that one.
So this is a whole rabbit hole that we can go down that we're going to try to avoid because there is this specific thing that we want to talk about. But just for context.
My point was, if you have, let me think of a good example here. Do you know what G.I. Joe 21 is?
Is that Snake Eyes?
Snake Eyes.
Okay.
If you have a copy of G.I. Joe 21 Snake Eyes sitting in your back issue bin for $6.
Yeah.
And I bring it up. And you go, crap.
Yeah.
Whose fault is that?
It's the fault.
Whose fault?
Let me start with this because I'm a retailer,
yes.
And I come from the retail perspective. I'll say this first, regardless of how I would conduct my business and how I would personally do things. Mm-hmm. Merchandise belongs to that person. They can do whatever they want with it.
Yep. I don't argue that.
And whether that's smart or not or whatever, I'm not going to so much get into that discussion because I actually don't have a lot of friends that are retailers. I wish I had more. Reach out to me, I guess. It'd be nice. I don't have a lot of friends in general. But, and again, specifically to this post that he was talking about, what they're saying is that they should expect that when you bring Snake Eyes up to the counter, they're going to check and see what the going rate is on that book before they sell it to you. Now,
specifically if it was a dollar bin comic.
Well, I mean, it might as well be for them, but for what it's worth.
Let's say they priced it at $6 10 years ago,
and they've
never gone back in their bins and done it. I mean, that's kind of what happens.
So my first question is, how do they know? So is it just because it's something they forgot about, and then once they see it up at the counter, then they're going to make a decision? Exactly. Because they must have so much comic book inventory that has been sitting stale for such a long time Okay, I'm understanding a little bit better.
Yeah.
See, it's weird because my business model is so different. I don't accumulate.
Right.
I want to move.
You love you're about to turn
in and out,
burn, which is great. That's actually how you're supposed to run a business.
Yeah. I don't want to hang on to it.
But the thing that gets my goat, there's two things. There's
you
two.
Have a goat?
I have he's a little short thing. Harry. Billy is his name. The thing that really gets me is the people who don't price books at all.
Yeah.
And then you bring them to the counter and they immediately bring up eBay, which first of all, you can use eBay as your barometer, but I hope they're using the sold cost on eBay as opposed to what people are posting it for sale.
So I was mentioning pawn shop stuff earlier when I get trade-ins. The thing Annie has heard me say 10 billion times. Now I
never exaggerate. Annie, 10 billion times he's told you never exaggerate. Sorry, I derailed your story with a bad joke.
I try to be transparent. I want people to understand how I'm coming up with numbers that I am.
Yes.
And I will take a few minutes and teach somebody how to fish instead of giving them a fish or whatever the expression is, because the very first thing people do, especially when they come in with a book and they go, I looked at it on eBay, it's selling for $400. Okay, can I show you something though?
Yeah.
And then I show them the filters.
Exactly.
And it's important that they say, you see how they all turn green? Now you're in business. But
Now you see it selling for
that's just the
$4.50.
beginning. Now you got to keep going. Has it been graded? Is it not graded? Is it raw? What's the condition in this book like? Why did this one sell more than this one? Is this just a quick sale? Like, is this not indicative of the market? You know, all kinds of the things you learn just over the course of time. So
I like the comment you left. Do you want to read your comment?
if you want me to.
I
Sure.
think you should read your.
I found out, like, I was so intrigued by your post,
Mhm.
and I had gotten home to talk to a landscaper, and I actually ignored a phone call from my wife because I was composing this
Sorry.
comment. Yeah, she doesn't watch this. So this is what I wrote. I said, I am constantly fighting against clutter and disorganization. My dream for the shop is to have no visible merchandise anywhere that is not for sale. But alas, there is only so much room and space. Sometimes books end up where they do not belong. We had a well-meaning customer a couple weeks ago who was trying to help out and put books away, but ended up putting some expensive but not yet priced books in our cover price bins. I'm not saying it. It was whoever's not here. Dweather's not here. I didn't catch it until another customer brought it up. When that happens, normally the customer is pretty cool about it, and if they're still interested, I will price it right then and there, but give them a sweetheart deal. I enjoy bin diving also, and I know it's exciting to find a come up. I can't speak for other shops, but I wish all I did was process back issues because it's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
The reality is I'm so busy with other things that actually make the shop more money than back issues. I don't have time to price everything accordingly. If folks find $20 books in our dollar bins, I say, nice come up. And I still go, like this, but
Yep.
I go, cool, good for you, And I have sorry, as an aside, and I have people come back and they'll be like, I bought this thing out of my dollar bins 3 years ago and just want to say thank you.
I bought a Last Ronin off your shelf that came back as a 9.9.
There you go, which is insane, 9.9. I believe there is always a fair deal to be made when neither party is actively trying to get one over on the other. I want people to get the books they want, and I'd like to make some money doing it. My most difficult thing is what to do when someone wants to buy out whatever I have left of something. I guess that's another discussion. Bottom line, I don't like aggressive signage of any kind personally. Personally, would never put up a sign like that, and then I said that I've been writing for too long.
That's what the last point is. My point. Bottom line, I don't like aggressive signage of any kind. That sign in particular, that one sign in particular, is super aggressive towards the customer. It is making an assumption that, hey, you guys aren't going to screw me, so don't even try it because we have the right to kick you out on your ear.
I don't want to view anything as a confrontation, whether that be people that come in with books to sell me, because that's hard. They come up with a wall usually, and
Tribes.
It's usually is a them versus me. Like this guy's going to try to screw me, and I do the best I can to put people at ease. Occasionally, there's just no doing, and if somebody's going to have that attitude the entire time, I go, you know what? I don't want the books anymore.
Yeah, shake hands and
no, that's okay. Just take them somewhere else. But where was I going with that? Oh, right. So signage. I don't even want to put signs that say "Don't touch the," please ask for assistance.
right.
I don't even like doing that.
Yeah.
I want people to feel like they're in here and they're not, being policed or whatever. Like, oh, don't read the book unless you're going to buy it. Or,
This ain't a library, kid.
Yeah, things like that. We have our Pulp Fiction homage covers at the back of the store.
Yes.
Annie felt like we had no choice but to put a sign that said they're not for sale.
Wait. I did not feel like I did not have a choice. It's just more I kept on getting customers.
I'm just kidding. I know you did the right thing, but I'm trying to illustrate how much
She's saying that customers kept asking her
Correct.
how much those comics that me and Steve bought.
right. And I'm simply saying that she's right, but even that I don't like doing. So it's just a personal thing for me.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Let me do some comments. If you
Sure.
don't mind. So my perspective, I think both of you guys have some great points. My perspective, real quick, is that if I brought up like John was saying, if it was a comic priced $10, and someone said, "Oh, just kidding, this is actually $50," the bear would come out and I'd be pretty pissed.
Yeah.
But if something was like in the dollar bin and Ryan's like, "Hey, no, that should have been whatever," it's like it's all about.
Which
It's like if a PlayStation 5 is priced at a penny at Target or something,
yeah.
you're like, it's priced at a penny.
Right.
If you're going to be that person, you're again, back to that getting one over on the other person. Like, you really don't think that they just made a mistake on the pricing, the PlayStation 5?
And being understanding of that. So real quick comments. Craig says, "Hey, Pulp Fiction family and Daywalker." Hey, Craig. Eddie says, "That was you. I saw it and couldn't believe that was real." Is Eddie Aspiro one of your people? Probably.
No, it wasn't
He's
me.
Timothy E. Cossix says, "Astonished Comics in the house." Hey,
Tim Kosis, who worked at my store.
Oh,
in
nice.
1993.
No way. Very cool.
Yes.
What a small
Adam
world.
Says his dinner is orange chicken, white rice, and ribs. Good job, Adam.
Delicious.
Thank you,
says
Adam.
2011 was when New 52 started, Ryan.
Okay.
Craig
10
wants
years.
to come over to Adam's house to eat some of that chicken. Comic Journey has a number of comments here I wanted to read, so we felt involved here. Comic says, if you want spec, you should have seen the mid-90s. There are still people with a couple hundred X-Men ones, Superman 75s, X-Force ones, and the like. Comic Journey, I have all those, and I have numerous of those.
Those X-Force ones got Deadpool cards in them now.
I was just going to say, they got their ultimate revenge, because not only is X-Force 1 a multi-dollar book now, X-Men #1, the Magneto cover, is a $25 book now.
No kidding.
So,
was it number 3 that's Omega Red or 5?
#3, Omega Red, Red is a $100 book. Youngblood, Youngblood #2 is the first appearance of Prophet, who's been optioned for a movie. So Youngblood #2 is worth money now.
I worked at a comic shop when X-Men 1 came out. It was nuts.
It was insane. We actually had sealed cases in the back.
Yeah, it was because there were 5 covers.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, and you had people that bought 1 cover, bought 5 covers, bought 2 of each cover, 3 of each cover. It was insane. It was
Spider-Man #1, the first McFarlane one, was another one that was insane during that time. And I worked at a chain called Adventure Comics in Monterey when I was in the Army. I did that part-time when that came out. And we actually had sealed cases months later still up there. I wonder where there are now.
That's so funny. Luis says, just do what I do when it comes to money. Blame capitalism. No, Luis, we all want to make money. Get out of here. Timothy also says, I got G.I. Joe 21 at Woolworth's Midway Mall back in the 80s. Holy mackerel, Timothy. That's a great callback. You're good to go this way, Andy, if you want. Adam says, I blame Canada. Dean TV says, this is a surprise extra episode live.
Hey, Diener.
Sure
that's one of our guys.
To John. Oh, Annie's in the shot. Hide your face, Annie. Hide your face. And Comic Journey says, some local comic shop owners are clueless when it comes to conducting proper business. Well, some are, and others aren't. It starts with actually knowing their inventory. If a customer picks up an already priced book, then the owner should honor it. As a business owner, you need to know your inventory, know how to price, and have reasonable customer service. This is all good stuff. Many local comic shop owners have a problem grossly overpricing FOMO books, and people should not be touching wall issues without permission. And then Eduardo says, Annie can do no harm. And Dean says, I can hear that one guy really good, but the other people, I don't know. Got to turn it up some. Yeah, we're muting this mic. Can you hear us, Dean? Can you hear us? Adam says, Ryan, I'm in retail. I can tell you I've had that problem regarding items, obviously in the wrong place. Sorry, but you're not getting a $400 Blu-ray player for $20.
Yeah.
And then Mark Lineker says,
Mark,
if you left an issue in a bin for months at $5 and a customer brings it up, this is obviously a hot button issue. A lot of comments on this, guys. Brings it up and has risen. Sorry, that's tough SHIT rule, in my opinion. Caveat venditor, however you pronounce that. That's a cool thing. Bob is excited that he got to see Annie on camera. David, Ryan, you do a great job at bettering the reputation of Pulp Fiction. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
And then Comic Journey also, last comment here, and I'll get back to you boys. It's not about getting over, it's about getting reasonable. I picked up Secret Wars 2 through 6. They were all priced at $6, and the local comic shop decided to ask for $20 per book. I'm sorry you went through that. Where are you based out of? You know where Comic Journey is based out of?
I don't
want to blow up anybody's spot.
We don't don't tell us the store in particular, but I'm just wondering if you're local or out of state. But these are all great things, and obviously it's a hot button topic.
So many comments on that post on Instagram.
Yeah, I think I only got about half of them.
Yeah, but it was it's an interesting debate.
Listen,
I'm not saying I'm right.
all I can do is talk from my own personal experience. And if I have a,
but I'm right.
if I have a book up here that I it goes both ways, by the way. Sometimes what happens pretty often is I'll price something when it's hot, you know. And just again, for my own personal thing, I usually see what things are going for market value on the internet, and then I price it for less if I can. Because
I use a real world example?
Sure.
To show how great you are?
Oh, would you please?
There was a copy of America Chavez #1 on the wall one week for $79.99, and I was like, I don't have that. First print, first solo title. She's coming to Disney Plus eventually. So I said, I'll buy that. Yoink. Next week I come in, there's another one on the wall for $29.99. Yeah. And I was like, why?
Okay, why?
And I said, Ryan, is there something wrong with this one? He's like, no, what do you mean something wrong? And I told him, and Ryan's like, you know what? Send me a picture of the one that you got before with the price tag still on it. I said, yep. And he let me have the $29.99 one for free to make up for the pricing disparities.
Great. Now everybody's going to ask for something for free.
I know.
They're going to come back.
It's a great story to show that, just to back up what you were just saying.
I mean, everything's case by case, and again, I'm going to make money on the book no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
do you hate that I told that story?
No, it's okay. It's okay. I don't have. I mean, I do. Yeah. Listen, I back issues are great, and they're a lot of fun, and they're important to keep here in the store to keep people coming into the shop that are interested in those things. I am and will always be focused on new things. There are always new comic books coming out. There's sometimes a feeling with folks that like comic books are done and they're not fun anymore. Like I had somebody, another retailer say, what did he say? He said, you know how you go out of business? I said, how? He said, you sell new comic books. And I went, okay. It's a little bit of both. But I just focus on customers. I want clients. And FOMO on a book doesn't seem worth it. I don't sell online.
Yep.
So that's another thing too, which is probably different than a lot of, and I don't want to. I like to have people to have reasons to come here. Yeah, I guess it's just a whole lot of me saying like, I don't know. I wouldn't do that sign.
Good. You wanted me to keep you on schedule.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
It is 7:24.
Yeah,
new books?
Yeah, let's talk about some new books.
I think that's John saying he wants to get the hell out of
No. Before?
No, I asked him to partner up with me.
So real quick, Comic Journey did answer. He said New York, and he says I'm in sales myself. I would never get away with that bait and switch and still be in business. I kind of agree with what Comic Journey is setting down. Dean TV says that's super nice on the America Chavez. Good deal. And then Third Rail says, you guys ever see Tarantino coming to your shop with a long fake beard buying Archie comics pretty much every week?
No, but when I managed the Culver shop, we had Glenn Danzig every week buying his dollar comics. And the quick story I want to tell that I think is funny is I didn't really know a lot about music or anything at the time. I was like, oh, he was in Misfits. And at the time, there was a really popular book called Glenn and Danzig Live Forever. Glenn and Danzig Together Forever, I think is what it was called. I didn't read that book. I didn't know anything about it. Glenn and Henry, excuse me. So it was Henry Rollins and Glenn Danzig. And I had another friend who's into metal and all this kind of stuff. And I was telling him about Glenn Danzig. And I'm like, next time he's in, I'm going to show him the book. He's like, do not show him that book. That would be a very bad idea. And then I learned something very important that day.
Did Glenn reach the counter?
Oh, I'm only 5'5", but I haven't punched nearly as many people.
Exactly. Do you think he was Sigourney Weaver, right?
Does you think he looks like Sigourney Weaver?
I think that's the thing.
Sigourney Weaver is like 6'2" or something.
No, just the hair.
Oh, sure.
Mama.
Okay, let's talk about comics.
New books. Steven had a comment.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I have a story. Maybe we should get together. I used to work at Sunrise Distribution, and boy, I've got 90 stories.
Wow.
Well, it sounds like maybe we should do our own podcast or something, and we can go nuts.
I'm trying to get Ryan to do that.
Do what you know.
All right. Comic books.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so these are all kind of spread out here, but I have my box like I normally do, and this is technically an unboxing. They're in the box, and I'm going to take them out of the box. It's the definition of unboxing, even though they have been technically unboxed earlier today. So not a huge week for DC Comics. It's an annual week.
Oh,
so lots of annuals. But there is a big book this week. We have Joker number 5. You want to hold this one? And we have 3 covers once again. They've been doing 3 covers this whole time, not including the ratio variants. And this time we have Gillian March on the main cover. I think this is Perio.
Looks like Bill Sienkiewicz. I mean, it probably isn't. But
No, it's Kari Andrews.
Yeah.
It's Kari Andrews. And then this is the one I ordered the most of because I don't really see a lot of Sean Phillips covers anymore. And I thought that was really neat. It gives you the Gotham Central vibes when you look at it. So we'll see. I take bets on books, and then it's fun to see if I was right or not.
Can James Tynion do any wrong?
Not right now. It doesn't seem like it.
No.
It seems like everything he does touches. You just leave him there or whatever.
No.
Turns to gold. I do have a run of just main covers, first prints on Something's Killing the Children that I'm keeping nice and
You
nice,
should
and
get that
keep-
number
keep-
one
keep-
slapped.
keeping it at home. It's got a little baby color break. I don't think it's going to come back. So it's either a raw set sale at someday, or I decide to keep it.
$5.
Okay,
Right?
$5. Wait. When you bring it up to the counter, though, then it's going to be $500.
Price it.
Ryan, you have your Instagram up?
I do.
I just seen Instagram comments.
Yeah, I am too. I'm just having trouble. I'll go through ones that
Anybody
look.
on there?
Yeah, there's a lot of people in here, and they're being really funny. I'm trying to keep it going. I'm going to skip some stuff that doesn't like really fit anymore. Way back, somebody said Michael Turner for artists that died too early.
That was a good one.
This was a fun question. Ryan, when kids come in to try, do they try to buy stray dogs, and do I have to tell the parents it's not for them? No, because kids don't read comic books. They read digests. They read graphic novels and books for kids. And we haven't. What does that noise mean? Okay, well, we have an all ages section right over there. When it comes out in a trade paperback, that'll be kind of fun to try to get people to not read it.
All dogs go to hell.
All dogs go to hell. And a few other odds and ends, but they were kind of like of the moment, not really making sense now. So Instagram's running strong.
Awesome.
Okay, moving right along, unless there's something else.
Nope, good.
Okay, let's do it. We're going to do some indie books. This is a new. You can hold that.
Oh, I can.
Thank you
that,
very much.
sure.
Vanna White, right? No,
Yep.
not Vanna White.
I mean,
Home Shop Network. Okay. This is Beyond the Breach. This is new Aftershock title. We have this is, I believe, a 1-in-15 ratio variant by Declan Shalvey. He's one of my personal favorite artists. And I did read this book last night. It's a lot of fun. It's full of monsters. Can I say it real quick? Actually,
yeah, there's a
Here,
cute
hold this
little sidekick.
the cover, you're getting everything you're looking for right here in the cover. There's 10 billion monsters right in the front. So of course I liked this. But something happened. Oh, actually,
Try to show to
this one here. Okay, let me try to get some actual from what I remember from. Here we go. So does anybody remember that movie, The Mist?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it's like that but fun. if that's even possible to imagine. Imagine the same kind of like dimensional rift and all kinds of nightmare creatures come through and just start chomping on people. But it's a little bit more action packed and fun than that
Stranger
is.
Things vibe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would say if you're into Stranger Things
Ryan,
like this, everybody says down. I don't know if you mean like this
down
or
and out.
this.
Down and out. Beverly
I'm
Hills.
short.
There we go.
Too much down. Go up.
Okay, show camera 1, and I'm gonna come fix it the way.
Okay, can I just do this one? Is that okay? I don't know what's going on in this one. Anyway, really enjoyable. Written by Ed Brisson, who has been doing some X-Men stuff recently, I think. He did a few indie things. He's done a lot of horror books before. And then an artist I'm familiar with, Damien Cows. Do you want to try?
Cochero?
Cochero?
Maybe?
Sure. Cochero sounds okay.
Cochero?
Yeah, no, we're fine.
I will say that the ending was mean unless they take it back in the next issue. If they keep it in the next issue, I say bravo, Beyond the Breach. I will continue to read it. If they take it back, then I'm a little less interested. But Beyond the Breach, check it out if you're into Monster Mash. And I haven't priced the ratio variants yet, guys. I'm sorry about that. As soon as everybody clears out of the shop, it will be the next thing that I do. But that is a beaut. Again, I literally like Declan Shalvey, and anytime he doesn't draw monsters very often. So it's fun to see him draw scary, tentacly things. Also this week, we have look at all these hearts. That's fun when that happens. The Mist best ending ever. Certainly one of the most darkest endings. And the Mist movie has one of the best endings. Everybody loves the Mist ending. The return of David Peterson. I love David Peterson. I'm really excited for some of y'all that are maybe going to be exposed to him for the first time this week. He is, of course, the creator of Mouse Guard, which some of you may know about and some may not. But it was a really popular hit book with Archaea Press, which was somewhat of a short-lived, really cool kind of graphic novel.
I'm just testing something.
Graphic novel company that got bought by Boom. So now Boom kind of does all this stuff.
I
But
think it's still they use the.
should I stop talking?
Yeah, they
No,
still
right
use
there we are.
Oh, there we go. We still got a K in the thing.
Mhm.
David Peterson doesn't work a ton. He's very detailed and yeah, it's really cute.
Hey, Brian,
Yes.
can you sit up, please?
Oh, like this.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Your posture's horrible, Ryan.
Gosh, it's
Annie,
terrible.
Annie was a teacher in another life. I'll put some books on my head. That should help.
Will CGC slap this? That is the question.
Yeah, this is a really awkward size. But actually, there's enough magazine-sized books now that people, I think, are over it.
I would think so.
Which is nice because actually, in my day, back when indie books were not selling nearly as many copies, if you had a book that was a weird shape like this, you were dead on arrival.
It's beautiful, though.
David Peterson's great.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm excited for some of y'all to discover him. I know that a couple of our customers that have just been getting into comics have no idea who he is. So,
Very nice.
Mouse Guard, David Peterson. And you can just pick these up and read them. They're just, and good for kids, too, by the way, if you want something to read with the kids at home.
For kids.
Yeah, for kids.
You'll wish you bought it when Sesame Street options it.
Here's a book I took a little bit of a chance on. It's called Never Never. I'm not familiar with this publisher. It's VRUS, like virus, I guess. Are you familiar with this publisher at all?
No, but great name
Yeah.
after 2020.
Oh, just kidding. It's Heavy Metal. That makes more sense.
Okay.
Heavy Metal has been doing a lot of comic books lately. This one's interesting because usually when they do, they shrink because they were doing it in magazine format, and so it gets truncated for the comic book, or they reprint it over here in magazine format. But this one's actually normal size. Some kind of a riff on Peter Pan. Looks kind of cool. We had a few customers pre-order this. By the way, if you're not already on Pullbox, you should think about it. You can go in there and see. You can go in there and you can find.
The first thing you were doing was great. It's just too much play.
Got it. How's this? No, I'll practice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good.
I got just a couple of these for the shelf. And by the way, this is why Pullbox is awesome. Is when my customers pre-order stuff like this and they show interest, and yes. When my customers show interest in something that I was not on my radar at all, I pay attention. And then I give it a shot. I get a few copies for the shelf. So that's Never Never. You want to take a look? Never looks pretty good.
It does.
I'm not really into Peter Pan stuff, but somebody's going to want to check it out.
Yeah.
It's very looks like a scary Peter Pan.
Neverland in Encino.
I know Encino Man. That one I'm familiar with.
Michael Jackson reference.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, folks.
We have the return of Man-Eaters. Some of you might remember this book from Chelsea Kane, who kind of took on a lot of controversy, I feel like, and sort of had to disappear from comic books for a little bit. I don't know everything about it, but I know that that's part of it. And this was a series that she was doing before about, I think, like were-panther people that turned into panther people when they're on their periods or some such. It is definitely, as you can imagine, an allegory for all kinds of other things. I would say check out Man-Eaters if you're into stuff like Bitch Planet. This would be right up your alley.
Camera 2.
Please tell me.
Yeah, that's great, Ryan. That looks great there.
This is a parody ad on the back.
Yeah. And I love it when they do stuff like this. Super fun. By the way, comic book creators, when you do kind of like fake ads like this, I really enjoy it. It's totally worth not getting however much money you would get from, whatever.
It's like, is that a real ad or not?
Here's another new book this week that I have known nothing about. It looks very strange. It is called Savage Hearts. And that's about all I know about it, other than it says featuring no kings or masters. So if you're into kings or masters, you're not got much going on there. Very detailed, kind of cool. Sorry, I know. How do I do this where he can look at it too?
I can look at this one.
He wants it. There we go. Very, very colorful. Lots of detail. A lot of energetic panels. I don't know what I'm doing. It's like now that John's on the show, I act like I don't know how to do this anymore.
You're fine. This is interesting. It's
because I didn't get a drink. I just keep going back to this page. I really like her.
You gotta hold it down, right? I'm not seeing anything.
Like when you say down, I don't understand. Further towards the edge of the table.
Down, boy.
Got it. Savage Hearts from Dark Horse.
Kind of a Ed McGuinness, Art Adams, Jack Kirby.
And then you added in the McGuinness and the for sure.
Dark Horse too.
Yeah. They've been doing some, and there's a bunch of dinosaurs. So hey, dinosaur folks, take note. That's another inside joke.
I got a couple comments.
Yes, sir.
The Mist where they should have listened to the lady who went home.
That's right.
That's from Adam. Comic Journey. Does anyone other than me want to see comics with newsprint pages?
Yes,
Kind of.
I do. I do because they'll be cheaper. It may be. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but I've been banging that drum for a long time. I would say whatever we can do to make comics cheaper would be nice.
That newsprint is now more expensive.
So it doesn't matter anyway. And I'm sure all the money's actually going into things that I don't understand. But also, I just miss newsprint.
Yeah.
I will say this. When they reprint older stuff, I hate the coloring. I hate the glossy, nasty, perfect coloring. I hate it. Everybody went on and on about Neil Adams' The Batman, right? How can you not? Again, young collector, young person. When I finally got around to looking at it, it was after he had recolored it. And I went, this is not good, guys. I don't know why. Garish is exactly the word I would use. Finally, later on down the road, I started seeing some stuff in person. And it's moody and nighttime, and it's just, now I get it, so yeah, anyway, that was my quick,
it's good.
Luis Molina says, by the way, out of curiosity, I took a look at the Pulp Fiction Culver City Instagram page and was surprised that they had unboxing shows. Watching their unboxing show was like watching a weird alternative universe version of the Long Beach unboxing show.
I think they do their stuff on Wednesday mornings.
She does it on Wednesday morning. Her and the dog.
Which quick, go ahead.
And go ahead.
Just quick PSA. We have the same name because we were both under the same ownership for a very long time. Both stores have since been sold. I own the Long Beach store now. Culver City is owned by Chris Meyer. So we are the same in name only, and we are friends. But in case you were wondering, what is the deal with that? There you go. Now I've told you, and we can move on.
And Adam says, never looks super interesting. He also says, Man Eaters is full of those parody ads. I picked up collections 1 and 3, and I like it.
There you go.
Awesome.
Cool. Ready to move on?
I'm ready.
All right. Here's the book that I really liked this week. This is called Spare Parts. This is a book by Behemoth, who some of y'all might know. They had a little bit of a hit last year or the year before. Called this camera is okay. My brain can't do both and talk to John. I'm not good at this. You guys might have remembered that we had A Girl Who Walks Home Alone at Night. Which was a comic book adaptation of the indie film. And it was a hot book. People are trying to get it. And more recently, they did You Promised Me Darkness is probably their next thing that people are running around trying to get. And this is the new one, Spare Parts. Now,
you're missing cover D.
I am missing cover D.
Yeah, there's E, A, B, C, and E. Is there a D, or is that maybe a ratio?
It might have been a ratio, or maybe
but there are 5 covers for this bad boy.
There's a lot of different covers. Behemoth is doing too many covers, in my opinion. They need to cool it a little bit because I never know what to order. That's what they do. They paralyze me with choices. I don't think that whatever it is, these are the ones I got. I don't know. Or I gave them all to Pulse, and we don't have any shelf copies. I'm just trying to talk about this book. What?
It looks like
Spare Parts.
It looks like an 80s. It looks like an 80s Sybil Danning direct-to-video.
It is, and it's absolutely what it is. So, awesome. 100%. Okay. So this is a one-shot, and it's basically just setting up a movie that's coming out soon.
Nice.
So it's an advertisement for the movie. But I'm not, I'm not bougie about that kind of thing. I'm a massive horror and exploitation fan, as a lot of you know. And I thought this was a ton of fun. It's basically a mix of Mad Max. They're putting their genre cred right here on their sleeve, with the band being called Miss 45. That is a classic Abel Ferreira rape revenge film, nasty New York film. And I don't know if this is something everybody should run out and buy, but I think if you like the same kind of stuff that I do, you should check it out.
That's the missing one.
Gotcha.
A heavy punk rock grindhouse of gore.
Yes. And they of course, are making
kids comics
problems with their comparisons there with the Planet Terror, Rose McGowan, thing going on here. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I was actually kind of disappointed to see that this is just a one shot. I'd like to see more. But I guess we got a movie coming on down the road.
There you go.
I enjoyed it. I ordered more. So we'll see. If none of y'all want it, then I'll have a bunch of extra copies I don't want. And if it does sell out, I should have more coming on the way.
Just throw these away.
Just throw them anywhere you want. Okay. Also this week we have Bunny Mask number 2. This is a 1 in 15 ratio variant.
Mariana Grande.
Yeah, that's what everybody keeps saying, right? It's kind of funny. It's also kind of also ingenious though, because I think people are enjoying it. This is a really cool new horror book from Aftershock, drawn by Andrew Mucci, who I learned is Italian. So I'm assuming that even though it's Mutti, it might be Mucci.
Color your own mask.
Yeah, don't color on it though, because it's a comic book, and don't
Hey,
do that to your
kids,
comic
comics.
book. Yeah, so this was really neat. We still have I think we still have we didn't have the ratio for number 1 right away. We got shorted, which is again lingo for I ordered it and I paid for it, but they didn't send it to me. But then I eventually got replacements. So if you're trying to get the ratios for Bunny Mask, we got you covered. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put these down here.
Little Bunny Mask.
Okay, Bunny Mask. Okay, we also have ratios this week for Eve number 3. Everybody, hold the book, John.
I can hold the
Thank
book.
you.
This is a typeless variant.
There we go. It's a non-trade dress variant. Besides the fact that saying virgin is awkward all the time, saying a virgin version sounds also very strange.
It's Wiki Bear from Conan.
That barrel will fuck you up, actually. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I didn't know we were on the thing. Yeah, so Eve number 3, Boom is seemingly every book that they're putting out is very much actively in development. They're trying to turn it into a movie, a TV show, what have you.
They have a first look deal with Netflix.
Exactly. And they just recently made an announcement on Something's Killing the Children that it is moving forward with, I'm not sure who one of the gentlemen is, but the other one is Mike Flanagan. We're a big fan of him in here.
Yeah, Mike Flanagan.
We all love him. House on a Haunted Hill is fantastic. If you haven't watched it on Netflix yet, do so.
Dr. Sleep guys.
And he directed Dr. Sleep. Yeah, which I know not everybody loved, but I loved it very much. Yes, sir. Oh, but there we go.
Oh, there
See,
you
my
go.
main goal was to get Ryan to take his shirt off during the podcast.
It didn't work. It didn't work. I know your wily ways.
I wanted to see that slim thick.
All right. Very cool. Check out Eve this week. Eve number 3. We still have plenty of copies of number 1 and number 2. I don't even know if you guys knew that we got this. Was kind of fun for you.
Yeah, Toidles.
I do get enough copies to get the 1 in 10 ratio variants for TMNT.
This is
yeah, but they usually get spoken for pretty quickly.
This looks, gosh, it's not, I'm sure, but it really looks like a Richard Corbin cover.
It's not, but I love Corbin, and it is a cool cover. So sometimes I up my order a little bit to get the ratio depending on what it looks like, and we usually have a buyer before. I mean, like I already have a buyer.
Yep. It's gorgeous though.
So keep that in mind.
Gorge.
I'm gonna skip that one. Okay, here's kind of a fun one. Do you know Captain Harlock?
I sure do.
Okay,
I was
there you
gonna
go.
say that's Captain.
That's
Harlock
Captain
right
Harlock.
there.
So Ablaze Entertainment has been doing a new comic book series based on that anime.
Classic.
And we sold out, actually. We had a bunch of multiple covers here for number 1. We sold out. I have a bunch of copies of number 2, different covers. But there is a ratio variant. This is by Mirka Andolfo, fan favorite artist, who has another book coming out. I was on the FOC recently. Yeah, can't remember what it was called.
Beautiful.
But Mirka Andolfo all day long. Very neat.
Excellent.
Okay, that's fine. We also have from Ablaze this week. By the way, if you're not reading The Cimmerian and you're a Conan fan, what are you even doing?
I laugh at these covers.
Is this Yannick Paquette? It looks a lot. Yeah, I think it's Yannick Paquette.
Yeah, I ordered that cover.
By the way, PSA. If you're a Conan fan and you didn't know, there's absolutely a rated R European style. It is literally European. These comic books were published in Europe first, I'm pretty sure. And their whole thing is we censor nothing. Yeah. And they have to call it The Cimmerian for rights issues. They can't just straight up call it Conan, even though all the stories are public domain.
And what's funny is really the homage covers for this are hysterical.
The one for this one was the Elektra, Frank Miller Elektra, which unfortunately came incredibly damaged. So I'll show that one on camera. Also this week we have Skybound 10, number 2. Did anybody check out Skybound 10, number 1? And just a ton of ratios. Help me hold these.
I can.
This is going to be the way it is for the entire run. These black and white ratio variants. They're black and white colors of the main covers.
I've got 2 covers.
You're doing great, John. Don't worry about it.
There we go.
There you go.
I see.
Okay.
See that? The selection.
Now, I don't know about the second one, but the first issue, I ordered quite a few, and I was banking on people getting excited about the first appearance of Clementine. But I'm not sure that really panned out, or maybe people just haven't figured it out
Here
yet.
is the thing. You've got Clementine happening from the Walking Dead video game.
Yeah, chime in, man. We went your special...
And then you've got Rick 2000.
First appearance of...
Rick Grimes 2000.
Yeah.
If you actually read this, it's hysterical. It's really fun. And
clearly not serious. Drawn by Ryan Otley.
I think it will catch up.
Yeah, I think it will too. I'll take this from you. Okay.
Ryan,
And
you got a comment.
yes, sir.
In terms of turning up my volume here. I'm getting too loud and turn down. Sybil Danning reference. Good lord. What was that? What did I miss?
On one of the books, there was our
the
riff.
movie is out. I read the DVD box. Stephen S. says, hi, Stephen S. Hi, Mark Lineker. Mark Lineker says, +1 on Bunny Mask. Picked up issue 1 and was pleasantly surprised. I agree, Mark. I think me and Ryan like that book, too.
I enjoyed it quite a bit, but not as much as one of my all-time favorite books this year, Maniac of New York. I would say that
that was Ultra Mega. Now you're just
Yeah,
well,
you said Ultra Mega.
Ultra Mega is my favorite. Ultra Mega is in fact my
You were
favorite.
on this very show saying Ultra Mega.
I'm not taking that back. I have every single cover of Ultra Mega, unless there's one that I don't know about yet. But I was just gonna say, if you enjoy the artwork and Bunny Mask, also check out Maniac of New York. I think it's really well done.
And also did that Dark Horse book.
No, you hear you.
That Dark Horse book, the one the time.
Parasomnia recently, yes, that was good too. Maniac in New York is still my favorite. Yes. Which I'm trying to. If anybody has a tip or whatever, I did just reach out to Andrea Mucci. I still don't know if that's how to say the name. To see if there was any art for sale. Does anybody know if he has an art dealer? I would really like to buy a page for Maniac of New York if they're available. That's
It's not digital.
I don't know about him. He's been working a long time. I mean,
there is a comment on my on the Bronze Modern Gods YouTube channel from Comic Journey again. Is that Rick Grimes the same as the Clementine comic? It is.
Yes.
So you're kind of getting a twofer. I can't believe you still have copies on the shelf.
Yeah, there's several stories in that.
And it had Ultra Mega.
And Ultra Mega. So Skybound X is pretty significant if you have not picked it up.
Main cover,
There he
still
is.
got him. 2 covers with Clementine front and center. And if you don't know who she is, by the way, I mean, he was bringing up the video game. There was a computer game, very popular Walking Dead video game, and even I played that, and I was in tears. I was bawling by the end of it. Clementine is also not done. This is right in the back of this is an advertisement for a graphic novel. They're going to start doing young adult graphic novels from Skybound, and it's going to be drawn by Tilly Walden, who we're going to talk about later because she also has a new book out this week.
Great.
Adam Hernandez says Miss 45 was such a great movie. I first saw it on cable and finally got the Draft House Films Blu-ray.
More Murderous Nuns.
He also says R.I.P. to Richard Corbin. Louis says if Derek wanted to get Ryan
that's right,
out of this shirt, he should have had challenged Ryan to a wet T-shirt contest.
Just pour that Truly all over me.
Wendy says hi everyone. To which
Hi, Wendy.
Hi,
I told her we'd probably run long enough for her to join us.
Comic Journey also says Maniac of New York was a very fun series, and then Wendy says they added a second printing of Skybound X #1, and that's Clementine on the cover. I think yes, it is. I saw that on the FOC.
So hard to order for this because issue 2 is out this week, and I had to already put in through issue 4 before the first issue even came out. Fun retail. I'm sure you can relate.
Sounds like bad idea.
Oh, bad. Well, I can't even order Bad Idea comics even if I wanted to. So
You don't want to.
I don't know, but I do have people. Are you going to get the lot? I'm like, I don't know what that is, guys. I haven't even seen it. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, here's a cool one. This is Aliens Aftermath. The most important thing I want to tell you guys, it's a one-shot. And also gives me an opportunity to talk about it. I know that people that are way into comics probably already know. Just because there's a #1 on it doesn't mean that it's a series. I don't know why this is something we continue to practice. I think it's like the Y2K thing where you just have to have it in a certain format, otherwise everything crashes. But you're not getting committed to anything. It's a one-shot, and it's perfectly, really entertaining book starring the nephew of Vasquez from the Alien series, who's front and center here. First comic book appearance of Vasquez's nephew.
Working the Joey Lawrence from Blossom.
Absolutely.
Whoa! Action.
I enjoyed this quite a bit. This is drawn by Dave Wachter, who I believe is doing some Doctor Strange stuff more recently. And I dig his style. And it has a radioactive alien in it. So, people are going to want to know what that's all about. Aliens Aftermath.
She glows in the dark.
The one that he was showing you, this one here is a 1 in 25 by the actual series artist or the comic book artist, Dave Wachter. And a very clear homage here to the original Aliens film where Newt's about to get taken away by the xenomorphs. Yikes. Very cool.
Hey,
all right.
My mic is off. Do you want to read that comment from Comic Journey?
Sure.
Question for Ryan.
Yep, I can bring that up. 1 second, please. How do you price your variants? Is it a number of issues formula or a supply and demand formula?
It's pretty much I look and see what they're selling for online and sell it for less.
I can vouch for that.
How much less? Depends. It depends on how long I want to be hanging on to them for. Do I just want to get rid of these? Is the book returnable? That's a whole thing that people don't even know about.
Yep.
And so on and so forth. Every once in a while, if it's a book that's hot enough, I won't I'm not going to budge. I'm going to get my money.
Yep.
But for the most part, I look at what the market's doing and try to sell it for less. Otherwise, you just buy it online, right? You have to have. I want you to come in here.
What he tends to do is price them, and then when you bring it up to the counter, he changes it.
Change
on
it up.
you.
Yeah. I see.
Just a joke, people. It's not true.
Okay, moving right along, we have War of the Bounty Hunters #2. So if in case you're getting confused by all this different stuff, Star Wars is doing a great big crossover with all their Star Wars titles. And all of the titles, with the exception of the Old Republic books, are tied up in it. But this is the proper main series. So if you're trying to just get the meat and not the potatoes or whatever you want to say, this is your next stop here with War of the Bounty Hunters #2. It stars Boba Fett. It takes place between Boba Fett. Where is he? He's right there. This takes place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Carbonite action.
He's just gotten a hold of Han Solo, and he's totally en route to take it to Jabba. But there's a whole bunch of crap that's going to happen in between. This was actually a really popular book on Pullbox. This Common Coley headshot variant, which I wish I had ordered more of. But it's a really nice bright green that really grabs your eye.
That's really cool.
And there was a really good Dr. Aphra one too, which I also underordered. So you can't win them all. But I have a few of those for the shelf, I believe.
I can think of a few people that watch our show that will be all about this cover. Richard.
And we have some ratios that we're going to look at now too. So we're going to start with this. Do we have any Dengar fans?
Gesundheit.
We have I believe it's a 1 in 25. What I really love about this is John Cassaday actually drawing good.
No.
I feel I'm not always impressed with some of the stuff he's been putting out in the last however many years.
I love
but occasionally, that's okay. We can leave those first. That's fine.
I love.
Planetary is one of my all-time favorite books. Don't tell me about Planetary. I'll tell you about Planetary.
His cap run was awful.
But this is great. Really, really enjoying this. Not so much about the character. I'm not as much big of a Star Wars fan as everybody else, but 1 in 25. Very cool. Set that wherever.
Dengar.
It don't matter. And then I think
Bye, everyone.
bye. And now
Bye.
she's leaving for sure.
Ask your pharmacist if Dengar is right for you.
Okay, I got a 1 in 50 ratio variant here.
Ooh.
With I think this is. I'm not going to be able to say his Cicciarelli. He's the guy that I think is doing been doing the Daredevil books with Chip Zdarsky, I believe. Anyway, great art here. And I don't know. Somebody tell me who the reptile bounty hunter is hiding from Boba Fett.
Chichiri.
Is that his name? Chimichurri?
That's the artist, isn't it?
Chimichurri.
I love it with a marinara sauce. Delicious.
Very cool.
1 in 50, though. 1 in 50.
I think it's a 1 in 50 ratio variant. I'm going by memory. Usually I have all the stuff ready to go for you guys, but I had a lot of other things I had to do
Boba Fett
today.
1 in 50, guys.
Which we still actually have some ratios. I believe we have like 1 or 2 ratios still from the first issue, as well as a ton of the action figure cover, which I thought was going to be a big thing. I got a lot of stuff. Okay. This is a 1 in 25 for Carnage, Black, White, and Blood this week.
Snap.
And I forgot the artist.
It's that dude.
It's that guy. Sometimes you can find a signature.
guy.
Yeah, it's got a signature that I can't read because I don't have my.
I can't make it out either. Carnage fans, take note.
Somebody in our chat's going to know who did this.
I'm probably going to, I'm assuming it's going to be price less than ratio.
Nice.
Okay, these I feel like we have been spoiled by the entire time that Donny Cates' Thor run has been going. I can't believe in addition to getting interior artwork by Mr. Klein and then getting just a regular cover by Mr. Klein and then also a B cover by Mr. Klein, you get these gorgeous 1 in 25 ratios by Mr. Klein. And this one's no different. Very cool, very iconic with Ugin and Mugen. I think that's their names.
The Crows.
The Crows, yeah.
First appearance. Thor 274.
I think I knew that. Not the number, but I've come across it and sold it recently. You probably bought it.
I bought it.
Yeah, so I'm probably I always think they're going to go for more money, and then they're not going for, as much online as I think they're going to. So they're sweetheart deals.
Thor's done this. Whoa, crazy
yeah,
Black Winter, and then it went like this,
Yeah.
and now it's going like this again.
Yeah,
So
I mean the book has never stopped being great. I've been enjoying it the entire time, but I am curious to see if it'll get the same heights as the Black Winter. All that stuff.
Well, people are now the big spec is on issue 6, the second printing with Thanos on the cover with the glove,
which I think
we had stacks of them.
I had so many.
It's interesting because
is it Thane?
It's kind
is
of
it Thanos?
Thanos.
Yeah.
Get it? Who knows?
The Marvel Zombies,
That
all kinds of
Thanos
things.
reference in Loki.
Yeah. Oh,
The Thanos copter?
Yeah.
You knew about it? You saw it? Yeah, the helicopter. Yeah, I was going to mention, Ryan, when you were talking earlier about like the speculation market. Like, we had a very interesting year at Pulp Fiction from 2020 to 2021, and so during the shutdown, it was interesting to see Venom and Thor become like super hot books,
right?
You know, that they were being spec'd on
due to the bad boy of comics, Donny Cates.
Donny Cates. Bosk is the name of the character.
That's right.
From Star Wars.
I knew that.
But Mark Lineker says,
It's a
well, Bob Lemire says it's Bosk, but Mark says it's a sleeve stack. So I like that.
That's
Adam also
funny.
says Bosk, the bounty hunter. Adam and Wendy all say bye, Annie. Wendy also says way better than the recent Todd Nuck headshot covers.
Oh,
then,
Alfonso likes those. Be nice.
Comic Journey earlier said, so your variant pricing is a FOMO formula.
No. If it was FOMO, he'd be charging eBay prices. He
Yeah, I
says
think
he
it's
goes
kind
below eBay prices.
Yeah, it's sort of the other way around. It's I mean, it's FOMO more for me and fear of keeping it.
Yeah.
So FOCO. Foci.
Foco.
I don't want to be stuck with it if the price falls out of the sky.
Yeah, Foki.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm just trying to be fair.
Oh.
Bob Lemire says phonetically it's Thanos with a long A.
Okay, this is Bob Lamar.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
Lamar. Do you know
Okay.
Bob?
Yeah, he just hey Bob. I don't think we've seen you on the stream before.
Like Bane, Eduardo says.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with Thane.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
actually,
he-
It's got me Thane.
I think, don't you actually pronounce Thanos as Darkseid?
I pronounce it.
Oh, nice.
No, I believe it's Mongol.
Personally, I say Thanos. It's Thanos.
For all you Jim Starlin fans out there.
One last thing, I'll let you guys get back to Comic Journey. When you order and get the ratios, is it a combo of all covers ordered?
It depends on
In
the
other
book.
words, is it you order 5 A covers and 5 B covers, and that would qualify you for the 1 in 10?
Yes, usually it depends on the publisher and what their different, policies are. For example, in the last round of Stray Dogs, I think a lot of people assumed that they heard about the ratio variant on the second printing and they thought that was like maybe for all the covers together, but that's only specifically for the second printing of issue 5. But if usually it's multiple, this is boring. Usually it is multiple covers. If Marvel does 4 different open to order covers for a book, all of those qualify towards the ratio variant.
Wendy says that comic, the Carnage Black and White or BW Blood ratio is Mooney.
Oh, thank you, Winnie. I'm so
Thank
glad you're
you.
here. Chris Mooney, or wait, no, not Mooney Ham. Mooney, just Mooney. I get him mixed up with Mooney Ham. Very cool.
Oh, one thing I should
Love
explain-
gargoyles.
One thing I should explain to chat, guys. So
Oh, do
you
we have-
can't-
we
some of you can't see each other's comments unless maybe you're on.
Ah,
Well, actually, no, you should, because we have comments here on the Restream, so
Yeah,
it's
I see it
popular.
in the Facebook.
So there's comments here from Facebook, YouTube.
But if they're on the Bronze and Modern Gods channel, they can't see the.
Steven, go get your
Pulp
book out of
Fiction.
the
you
comments.
Oh,
Glass
I
case.
can't
Your
see
Spider-Man.
Oh, really interesting. Also, Bob says, "Hi, Ryan." And
Hi, Bob.
Adam says, "I'm speculating on Alligator Loki being the next hot toy. Whoever is able to get out an action figure or plush of him.
The
will be
Funko's
rolling
going to get out
in the
there. Yeah, he's my favorite Marvel
There used to be
character.
a-
Rick
Yeah,
Rock,
no kidding.
Gave a SpongeBob emoji. Stephen Mooney.
Stephen Mooney, not Mooney Ham. There's another Mooney Ham. Thank you, sir. We're going to talk about that in a second. We'll just leave that right here where people can see it.
Look at that.
Okay, so Web of Spider-Man #1. This is a second printing for those that missed out on the first printing, which was pretty much everybody. Nobody, including me, really gave two thoughts to this book when it was on the final order cutoff. I just thought it was another Spider-Man book. It looked like maybe an all ages title. The Marvel Action Spider-Man sells okay. So I didn't go nuts on it. And then I realized my mistake, probably just like a lot of other people, that this was a big promotional item for the new Disneyland attraction. And then there were 10 billion YouTube videos of robot Spider-Man flipping through the air. And this book became quite the hot commodity, but not until the day of release, which doesn't help anybody.
Also, I think it has the first appearance
There's new characters.
of the kid from Iron Man 3 in comics.
No kidding. Which is funny that anybody acts. I'm just going to say this right now.
No one
Iron
gives
Man,
a crap.
Iron Man 3 is the best Iron Man.
What?
Fight me. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, fight me. Yeah, that's
The
fine.
fake man.
Yeah.
You're in
That's
Iron
the
Man.
best one. It's the best one.
Good to
Best
see you
one.
guys.
And that's what happens when you're a bigger Shane Black fan than an Iron Man fan.
Do
Do you want to leave the show? You want to stay for the rest
no,
of the show?
I can stay. I'm not going to like it.
I like the kid, the Christmas kid. He's my favorite. Now I'm gonna go this. Anyway, second printing. I was hoping they'd do a ratio attached to it, but they did not. So I just ordered a big amount of them. Hopefully people can pick it up. They've been wanting to check it out.
Second print. This is the same cover, right?
So they didn't change the cover, which I'm surprised by.
Interesting.
Yeah, they don't usually. I thought everybody got the memo that your second printings are a
Is
lot
the
more
logo
collectible
a
when you.
different color, maybe.
I think maybe the logo they changed. They changed
logo's
the
kind of
the
got
color.
a yellow tint.
I wish that they had reprinted the actual attraction cover.
Yeah,
that was the
why would
prettier
they
one.
Not do
And,
that?
yeah, no.
Just got a comment.
Yes, sir.
Well, I was gonna say, how could you not like Iron Man 3 because it's the demon in the box.
Oh, I tried to get away from it, and you wanted to suck us right back in. I had us out of Vietnam, Steve. We were clear and free.
How dare you knock Shane Black? Shame on you.
Shane on me.
I just like to stir up trouble. Also, the Ang Lee's Hulk is the best Hulk. Oh, what did I say? Oh, let's moving on. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going.
Slightly different color tone, I think, for Web of Spider-Man.
Thank you.
Printing. Luis says now that Disney owns National Geographic, I'm waiting for them to make a nature documentary about alligator Loki. Wendy says Harley Keener. That was an answer to something earlier. I guess.
Okay.
I think that's the kid's name.
Harley Keener.
Mark Lineker said I asked John about this, and he was like, "Meh." And now the second printing, don't listen to them. It's a trap.
Yeah.
Attorney says, hello, Dr. Cactus. Another live one.
Dr. C.
On typical Steven. Bob Lemaire says, yeah, that's it. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is cool.
Yeah. You want to hold it?
Can I?
Yeah, please.
Woo, I'm tingling.
So this is actually we're kind of, and I don't do this, so don't ask me. This is not actually my book. I'm selling it for a friend. And this is only given to cast members, but I think even more specifically, I think it was only given to cast members that work at that park, that part of the park.
California Adventure.
So correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm getting this information incorrect, but I think the last time this happened was for Galaxy's Edge.
Yep.
And they had a cast member cover for Galaxy's Edge #1, which was a series that Marvel actually put out. I don't know what that book's doing anymore, but the last time I checked on it, it went for a lot of money. And this is the next one. So these are pretty exclusive. They were only given to employees. What's neat about this too is that it comes with all of this like kind of promotional material. So these themselves are probably going to become collectible. These like I don't even know what you call this. It's a Avengers Campus dossier with top secret training materials included. And I'm not going to spend the show opening it all up and show them because we did do that before. But as far as I can tell, it's a great copy. And we're not doing the Ryan price in here. We're doing the market price.
Niner 0.8.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now.
I mean, without taking it out, but from the front, I couldn't find anything bad with it. So if anybody wants to jump on this, we're going to keep it in the store for maybe another week. And then I'm going to give it back to my friend who is probably going to have better luck with it online. But if you want to actually come in and take a look at it and see it in person, which is something you have a luxury of doing here in the comic book shop and not on the internet.
And you get a free bag,
yes,
backing board,
yeah, and I'll even give
a
you
top loader.
Keep the top. Well, don't maybe not the top.
Not the top loader.
Those things are like gold right now.
An extra $600.
I should tell everybody right now, if you haven't already heard, we are out of short boxes, and I've been told that we are not going to get any until next week.
Yeah,
it's happening, guys. All the stuff that we're talking about, it's having effects.
Bags and boards are having a shortage as well, especially Mylars and Mylites.
Yep. I went over to, so I'm not going to talk about my wholesaler because he's his own thing, but he's a guy we've been working with for a long time, super under the radar, not one of the big guys. I went to like BCW just to see, you know, I have a wholesale account and to go to check it out. Everything's back ordered. Yeah. So I couldn't even get it from them even if I wanted to.
Awesome. What's wrong with it? Oh, excellent. I'm wrong
about
my YouTube stream. This is what I see.
Although Twitch was saying they couldn't hear me, Megan, and Steven, so I'm worried about that. But
okay, let's keep it rolling, or I can talk on my own. So next up, we have Spider-Man. Spider Shadow, been an incredibly popular series that I can't find the ceiling on. I keep selling out. Hopefully this time I've ordered enough copies. I qualified for 2 of these ratios, so I think they're 1 in 25. So by Christian Ward. Really enjoy Christian Ward. He's been doing a lot of really cool a lot of cool variants lately. Kind of reminds me of Greg Smallwood, but a little bit more exaggerated with the color.
Is that Mysterio?
I have no idea. This is an alternate version. This is they don't make the branding very big. Yeah. This is a What If comic.
Oh,
they're doing What If comic. This is a What If series. This is basically what if Peter Parker never got rid of the symbiote suit. Gotcha. And it's been a hot little book. We've been selling quite a bit of it. So get your ratio on. Get your ratio on.
I see what's going on now. I thought that was Mysterio.
Oh yeah, right. That's like a back bubble or something. I have no clue. Creepy.
It's backlit.
More symbiote stuff. You want to hold that one for me? That's Extreme Carnage. Scream.
She's back.
And we still have copies of Extreme Carnage Alpha #1, and then they're going to be these series of one-shots that figure on particular symbiote characters.
Can we give a shout-out to the mid-90s branding in the corner?
Yes, absolutely. We love the mid-90s in here.
I love that.
We do have a design ratio. I think these are 1 in 10s, actually, when they do the design variants. And we'll probably let those go real cheap.
And they use that font from the same store.
It's the same. Yeah, it's it's probably it's probably connected somehow. This also acts as part 2 of the Extreme Carnage series that they are doing.
And it's Mooney M again.
Is it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Very cool. People can't get enough of their symbiotes. They don't ever want it to end.
All right. A lot of people asking about this one on the chat.
Oh, sure. Sinister War #1. Can I tell you something? It's really hard to order for Spider-Man.
Yes.
It's very hard. Part of the reason is why some people really like Spider-Man. Some people really don't like what Nick Spencer's been doing with Spider-Man for a long time. I go from some issues selling 2 copies off of the shelf to what the hell? Why didn't you have 25 copies on the shelf? I have no idea what's going on with Spider-Man. It's not helping things that now, as they're getting to, I think, the end of his run, they're starting to do annuals and king size and giant size. And here's a mini series. And I have no idea. So here's what's going on. If you ordered this, you're going to get it. If you pre-ordered it, you're going to get it. I'm not just giving this to you if you're subscribed to Spider-Man, but I ordered an ample amount. So if you're just now hearing about this or if it was on your radar, let me know, or please go into Pullbox and make sure you subscribe to the mini series, which is called Sinister War. This is a 6-issue mini series, I believe. We got Sinister 6 issues. Drawn
by Mark Bagley.
Who's been doing quite a few covers for Spider-Man, I think in some interiors as well. This might be kind of like the swan song for the run. I'm not sure. But I feel like I ordered a fair amount. We're going to see. I don't know.
Nice.
Speaking of Bagley, we also check that out. That's wraparound, beautiful wraparound cover by Bagley. If you're a Bagley fan,
that is nice.
Purdy.
That's Purdy.
I grew up with Bagley, a '90s kid. So and Ultimate Spider-Man read the entire way through. Bagley is a good artist.
I just had a spoiler to the page I opened.
Oh, sorry.
You guys
the perils of coming into the comic shop early.
You guys might want to pick this up. That's all I'm saying.
What are you looking at? Oh, yeah. Well, oh, geez.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
John tip. This might be the hot book of the week next week.
Maybe.
That's all I'm saying.
You could one per customer.
Something unannounced is in this book.
I wish I could read all of the books.
I
don't have time.
I just happened to open it up to the page.
Was it Spider-Man?
All I'm going to say is it has to do with the marriage.
It is Spider-Man.
Yeah, maybe some Wanda speculation too.
But some WandaVision.
How about this beautiful cover?
That's nice.
This is, I don't know who this is. It's not Delato.
Oh, did you see the page you just opened to?
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Oh no, people! You better don't sleep on this book.
I don't know who this artist is, but it's great. I ordered a few of these for the shelf because I just really liked it. So that's it. That's an open to order cover, by the way.
Don't sleep on Sinister War.
No.
All right, we are getting through it. Here's some sexy stuff from Sinister War. If this is the book that he's thinking that it might be, I'm going to do that.
Is that a Ditko?
We do. I'm a showman. We save the best for last.
All right.
Okay.
It's not.
What we do have actually is very rare for Marvel these days, a Gary Frank cover for Spider-Man. So if you're a Gary Frank fan, those of you that are reading Geiger, enjoying all the stuff that he did with Jeff Johns and DC, but you also love Spider-Man 2, you got a ratio this week. We have one with trade dress and one without trade dress. See, that's not so hard. Is everything okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Also, a fun little homage to another cover is this is by Nakayama, I think. I'm not sure the first name.
This is a riff on the classic Steve Ditko pinup from Amazing Spider-Man Annual #1, which is the first appearance of the Sinister Six.
There you go. Very cool.
Very
I
cool.
think that this is the one in 50. Yes, this is
Nice.
This is the one in 50 by something Nakayama.
Something. Yes.
Um,
Oh, look, there's the White Rabbit.
oh, White Rabbit.
from Marvel Team Up. She was the White Rabbit.
What a
fun
What a nerd.
villains. Spider-Man and Frogman. See, Steve knows.
I feel bad I never got into Spider-Man. Here is not one Ferreira, something Ferreira, but pretty cool cover for Doc Ock fans. This is the 1 in 25 ratio for Sinister War.
Nice.
And I have quite a few of these.
Nice.
And then we tease, but here you go. So it's been since Marvel's done a hidden gem. Are you familiar with those at all?
I am, but why don't you tell everybody what it is?
I don't know if I actually know what it is either.
A hidden gem is
I know it's original.
if you order if you order X amount,
it's a ratio variant.
they tuck it in there.
Yeah.
And they don't announce it ahead of time.
Okay, so there you go. Go for it.
You know that Steve Ditko pinup I just referenced?
There it is.
Here it is as a variant cover hidden gem for
1 in 100.
Sinister War. 1 in 100. And I'm reserving this one.
Oh.
I'm here. You're not.
Very cool. I haven't seen Hidden Gems in a minute. They were
No.
doing them a lot, and then kind
Beautiful.
of stopped. And I guess they're bringing it back. I think it's case by case. You have to have a
Beautiful.
cover that really has punch, that really has iconography, that's about as iconic as it gets.
It has every single villain from the Rogues Gallery at that point along the sides. It's got a little silhouette drawing of Stan and a little silhouette drawing of Steve Ditko drawing.
You're having too much fun, John.
I love this. Is the best thing you've shown me all night, Brian.
Does that make up for Iron Man 3?
This does not make up for Iron Man 3.
Very cool.
Very nice.
And that's it for comic books. Let's take a break for comments, and then we're going to blow through graphic novels because we're already going pretty bad. Yeah, go for it. Shoot them out there. Oh, sorry, I put you on the spot. Are you not ready to do that? Should I keep going? We'll keep going. All right, tell you what.
We're having mic issues over here, so maybe can we? Can you just take them your iPad?
Yeah.
Oh, so I can see the comments? Sure. Okay, while he's doing that, hey, listen. So Sweet Tooth came. Sweet Tooth went. The first season ended. I loved it. My wife loved it. It seemed to be a great big old hit. We sold a first printing of the first issue in here a couple weeks ago for $100. We had. Is this so I can see? Okay, might be a little too. I'll hold this. Thank you.
Lots of civilians have watched this show.
Yes, and then we try to get them into comic books, right?
Exactly.
So what I did have before was a big old fat compendium that it was the entire series, but some folks don't want to spend all that money and get the entire thing. They want to try it. So I, for the longest, had volume 2 and 3, and it took a little bit longer for me to finally get the back-ordered volume 1s. So I have lots and lots of volumes 1, 2, and 3 if you just want to get started. And they did change the cover, obviously, to reflect the TV show. And if you didn't already know, here at Pulp Fiction Long Beach, we sell all of our graphic novels for 30% off. So don't buy from Amazon, buy from me.
And now, some revisionist history. Now it's DC Black
No,
Label.
were you going to say something about Vertigo? Because that doesn't exist.
No, it was Vertigo when it came out, though.
Yes.
And I like the little Netflix logo, as seen on TV.
Yeah. I don't know, but I actually hate that stuff. But it sells the book. Yes. I get it. Okay. You're going to continue to be my hand model.
All right. Here's the second nicest thing.
Yeah, go for it.
The second best thing you've shown me all night. And that is a new printing of Marvel Masterworks Fantastic Four in a new format. It's actually a little smaller than comic sized. You can keep it by your nightstand.
Yeah.
And
roll it up, put it in your back pocket.
Go to sleep with Stan and Jack every night. Fantastic Four 1 through 10.
As a retailer, I'm thrilled that they've been doing these. It's before that we really just had. Well, before that we had Masterworks. We're a little expensive.
Yes.
And then they did the Masterwork paperbacks, which were nice, but those are hard to find now. We had the. Before that, though, I was going to say we had the black and white ones. What the hell do we call those?
Essentials.
Thank you. But they're in black and white,
Yeah.
And then we had the Epic collections, which is great, but they're hard. They don't keep them in print very much, and they're a little bit expensive. This is nice. For 30% off, you're spending a little over $10 to enjoy the phenomenon that was Fantastic Four back in the 60s.
With flat coloring.
Please and thank you.
Okay. Not that computer
Glossy
coloring.
crap.
Mother Russell Frozen.
Not the Neil Adams thing.
No.
Not the Neil Adams thing.
Very cool.
All right.
I have the Spider-Man one in this format, by the way, too. Okay, so this was a pretty popular miniseries. Hey, if you were a little bit disappointed by the depiction of Taskmaster in the more recent Black Widow film, I got you covered. Come in here and check out Taskmaster.
See
this
the
is
real thing.
Taskmaster in all of his glory. I didn't read this series personally, but I can tell from talking to customers that it was definitely a fan favorite from this year, or it ended, I think, late last year. A couple of things here. Beautifully drawn by something Vitti. I'm not sure the first name. And fun character appearances. Like you have Hyperion on the back. Also characters like a brand new Korean character that everybody got really excited about.
Yes.
And yeah, that's it. Taskmaster, there's a movie out. He's in it, but he's not really in it.
Taskmaster, biggest MCU disappointment since Iron Man 3?
Except one was a joke and one was meant to be taken seriously. I was a fan of the joke, not a fan of the character, but I thought the joke was hilarious.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. So that was a run that people really enjoyed. It hasn't been available and hard to find for a while. And now we have it all together because Al Ewing is hot crap, hot poop, hot stuff over at Marvel Comics.
Sure.
This is one of the earlier things that he worked on. So a lot of it drawn by I don't know if he did the inside, but beautiful covers by Kenneth Rocafort.
Mm-hmm.
And the first appearance of Golden Galactus.
There he is.
Very cool. Yeah, so I like these big, thick paperbacks. I just wish they'd keep them in print. They're a lot easier to sell to people and to collect.
Nice.
Yay, 30% off, by the way. Another sweet tooth. We talked about that already.
Someone, Emerald Knight name dropped this earlier.
I believe that this is the last volume of the Grant Morrison Green Lantern run, which what did we do to deserve that? Why would he just come and do it, and who let him do it? But hey, it happened. Beautiful artwork by Liam Sharp. Who not enough of you, I'm going to say, are checking out in Batman Reptilian. He's doing beautiful painted artwork in there. Yeah.
He's come a long way since Death's Head.
Yeah, no kidding, right? I like Death's Head.
I saw this and I said, if this is not an Art Adams cover, it really should be. And it is an Art Adams
cover.
It
is, yeah. Arthur Adams is...
there he
you
is.
need to buy this book.
Yeah. I got lots of this. Batman Reptilian. Yeah, so if you enjoyed King Kong versus Godzilla, this is literally 2 prequel series to each of the monsters. So if you were like, well, wait a minute, they said there was some storm that took out all the people on Kong Island. Well, it's in this book. I'm sorry to say that Arthur Adams did not draw the inside. I don't think anybody could afford that.
He won't do it anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Johnson did a nice job on the Godzilla movie.
Yeah. Some really cool artwork in this, and yeah, Arthur Adams drawing this stuff is always a treat.
What the heck is this, my friend?
Oh, Tilly Walden. So for our more indie folks, people that want to get a little less genre, we have a book by Tilly Walden. I personally haven't read anything by her yet, but I understand that she's very popular. Books win awards or are nominated for awards, and she's a critical darling. And as I mentioned earlier, she's the one that's doing this Clementine graphic novel that eventually Skybed's going to be putting out. So Alone in Space. I'm going to have it on the shelf, at least flip through it and see if her art works for you.
Nice.
I have no idea what that is.
Cyanide milkshake.
But it has an interesting title. This might be for a special order. And the back says, "Art thou bad enough due to snap into a Slim Jim?" So if that made you laugh or smile, maybe check out the collected Cyanide milkshake.
There is a blurb on the back by Jaime Hernandez.
Great.
From Love and Rockets.
There
It
you go.
says, I promised myself I wouldn't do any more blurbs for books, no matter how good the work. Then this came along. So
couldn't help himself.
There you go. Oh
yeah. Yeah, but you didn't order one, did you?
No.
But you didn't order one, did you?
But this is the best cover ever.
Is this Mad Bomb?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have this on several different t-shirts in several different colors. I have a pool floaty with this on it. True.
Very cool. Celebratory magazine by Titan Comics, the British folks. Just a cool retrospective of Captain America. I think I have shelf copies. I'm not certain, but even if I don't, I like to go not neener, but look what you could be ordering on Pullbox and did.
It won't fit.
And a couple other covers.
This
as well.
is one of the top 10 covers.
Yeah.
Different variant.
Yeah.
The cover for Tales of Suspense 60 maybe.
You recently just acquired a pretty darn sexy, exciting Captain America book.
A few. I got a really nice high grade copy of Tales of Suspense 58, which is the Iron Man crossover,
Right.
and then 59, which is the first.
Yeah.
And then Captain America Comics 73.
That was the one that was pretty exciting
from
to me, just 'cause
1949.
good Lord, that's
or
old.
47. 47. Yeah. 49.
And hardcover version of the
John
same
Romita.
thing.
John Romita on the front. John Romita on the rear.
John Romita party in the front. John Romita in the back.
Exactly.
He's like a mullet.
Dave McKean.
Yeah, Dave McKean hasn't done any really like, and I mean, maybe he wrote this. He didn't. I don't know. But if it has Dave McKean's name on
From
it, and if
artist
it's
and writer Dave McKean.
okay, so there you go. Dave McKean doesn't do a ton of narrative art anymore. So when he does, I think it's special, and you should check it out. I ordered one of these for my personal self to take home. Yeah, you should check out Dave McKean if you're a Sandman fan, or if you're just like a DC guy. If you read Batman: Arkham Asylum, Dave McKean's still plugging away.
Or pop that open, John.
Yeah. Or if you just bought Hellraiser for the covers back in the Hellblazer for the covers back in the day, like me.
Right.
Some talky stuff. I'm going to turn to the talkiest pages.
Oh, that's some good stuff.
It's interesting. There we go. There's a good spread.
Yeah. It's called Raptor, and it's called a Sokol graphic novel. I don't even know what that means. It's like Eastern European or whatever.
Dark Horse Originals.
Yeah.
Is this Mike Allred? Who is this?
Well, I was going to say it was Becky Cloonan, but that might be the new artist that's on that book. This is a new printing. No, it's not. This is the True Lies of the Fabulous Killjoys National Anthem. So this is the more recent Killjoys series that wrapped up. If you don't already know, this is written by Gerard Way, of course, the rock star My Chemical Romance frontman, who also gave us Umbrella Academy. But in addition to Umbrella Academy, the lesser known, we also got the True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. So those of you that are super fans don't want to miss out on the big deluxe hardcover this week.
And he did a great run on Doom Patrol.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And Doom Patrol. Did we finally get to the end of the box?
That's it, kid.
That's it. Let's go home.
Woo! Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ryan.
So Megan's going to come over and grab one of your mics and bring it over to us.
You have to share it now.
Okay, a couple of comments here. Adam, Captain America defending liberty and freedom for 80 years. Woohoo.
Exactly.
That Cap tribute has a 2-page spread of the big scene from The Confession. Really cool to see that oversize. Batman Reptilian had a great start. The art is really awesome. I rather get that new trade format rather than the digital format. I can't read the digitals without going blind. And that's it.
Yeah, put your mic kind of in the middle of you too, Ryan, if you can. Okay, cool. So going back to some old comments we missed here, Adam was talking about Disney is going to release its hunters to track down people selling to those cast members comics. Comic Journey earlier said, who cares about that brat in Iron Man 3? This is why today's FOMO is freaking weird. At least in the 90s, the spec was cool for characters. The overproduction and gimmicks killed the market then. Yes, I remember those.
Stay off of Comic Journey's lawn.
Yes, exactly. It's close to impossible to find top loaders anywhere, he says. And then Wendy posts links. Wendy, please tell me what those links were for. It looks like one was a Discord Spider-Man second printing covers. Comic Journey also says, great comic. Spider Shadow is a really great What If series. Wendy says, so the Extreme Carnage is a series of 8 one-shots featuring the different symbiote characters. Very good. Mark says, a collage cover similar to the Venom 200. Did we have that? Did we have a collage cover?
Maybe Sinister 6 looks a little bit collage.
Comic Journey, I don't know if that Sinister War is any good, but the cover is great. Yeah, I think it's going to be hot. I think I got one for myself. Dean says that Amazing Spider-Man number 700, I believe.
Oh, the collage cover.
The collage one?
Right.
Okay. What else do we have here? Comic Journey. Oh, yeah, we got that. Dean, Slumped Cactus, all commenting on old stuff.
There were books on the table that were not in the box.
Can we do that? We got have the last issue of Haha this week.
Hold on, we gotta go back to we're on the wrong camera. Let me finish this real quick, guys. Wendy says 4 issues of Sinister War, and I believe the last couple issues of the Amazing Spider-Man run as tie-ins to the Sinister War miniseries. Wendy also says the Wanda action was over in X Factor number 10. To Louise, Sinister War aren't all wars sinister. Comic Journey, Gary Frank was great during Incredible Hulk in the 90s. And let me go back to you guys. All right.
Okay. All right. So we did the Bunny Mask 1 in 10, but we didn't do the.
There's the main cover. Andrew Mucci right there in the front.
All right, and
Very
then,
beautiful. Love the first issue of this. Six sidekicks of Trigger Keaton. If you're looking for a fun comedy that's kind of in the vein of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, definitely check it out. I have plenty of copies.
Yeah, that was a great book.
Out this week. Hey, look at this little book that could. That is the most catch-up book of the year. So many people trying to still get first prints, second prints. When are you going to get it? Are you going to get these? I finally have, I think, a full run of different printings on the shelf. So if you are collecting the different covers that they've been doing for this, or you just wanted to read it in general, Nottingham, I think I have you covered this week.
Yeah, I looked up Nottingham #1 first printing on eBay. Ouch. That is a book right there.
Remember the other Dr. Seuss
tribute?
tribute?
Yeah. We're still doing this. That was a fun week that they did that.
Same writer.
Yes.
Yes, same writer. We were saying that, I don't remember which issue it was for Ice Cream Man, where they originally did
20?
Yeah. That was me feeling like I finally was wielding the power because I was like finally got to do some ordering, and I went, that book's going to be hot, and I ordered quite a few. So issue 6, wrapping up, the same writer's Ice Cream Man. With that same Dr. Seuss cover. Very cool.
Now we're done.
Comic Journey earlier said the Hidden Gem variants are the best kind. I haven't read or watched Sweet Tooth yet. I can't get past the goofy title. Wendy says that Fantastic Four book is $15.99 cover price too, which is really excellent, especially after the discount. Comic Journey says great idea for those new Fantastic Four trades. We have some comments on Taskmaster here. Slumped Cactus says, "Man, I gotta spend more money on that Ditko cover." Adam Hernandez, I have that Fantastic Four omnibus, but I said I'd order the MMMFF.
Marvel Masterwork.
Wendy says that Taskmaster miniseries is really great. Comic Journey, I'd rather get the new trade format than the digital format. Very good, very good. He also says, haha is demented too, but I kind of like it. So do we. And Bunny Mask is freaking demented, he says. Wendy says, Batman Reptilian had a great start. The art was really awesome. And the Cap tribute has a 2-page spread of the big scene from The Confession. Really cool to see that oversized. And we got more comments here, but I think that's good.
Yeah.
So how you guys feeling?
Yeah. Okay. John.
Yes, Ryan.
We're not quite done because I think Derek does, like, you do cute things.
I can do some cute things.
I know you can do cute things, but
I always do cute things.
Are they cute? Okay, let's do maybe like one cute thing. We just one.
Let's see. Let's check
thing.
the cute things.
Okay, he's gonna check his cute thing list. In the meantime, thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you for having me.
We will. I promise if you come on, try to not make it this long. But I hope you had fun.
Blame me. I'm a big blowhard.
No, me too. I love talking. Especially about comic books, and I would love to talk to you about comic books more. So you're welcome here anytime. And
awesome.
Maybe we'll have to find some kind of outlet for us to not be trying to just sell comic books also. Yeah. So what are you taking this all home?
I've taken a few things.
Okay.
Yeah. Pack them up.
Okay.
I'll take them.
You got it.
The one thing I will remind everybody that if you are watching on our channel, Bronze and Modern Gods, make sure you follow Pulp Fiction Long Beach on Instagram and on Facebook. And you see all the social links on the screen. Let me see if I can do this. If I can do it. Am I doing it right?
Oh, yeah. Right.
Other side.
No, this side.
Yeah, there we go. Point right to Ryan's junk.
Running gag on our show. Richard's on this side, and I point the wrong way every time. So, great.
By the way, right back at you. Everybody go check out Bronze and Modern Gods. I'm also not blowing smoke. I'm really enjoying the podcast. These guys have good candor. They're quippy. They know what they're talking about. They actually have opinions. It's a fun show to listen to.
Awesome.
Eduardo saying good night, everyone. Well, we have a question. Don't go leave it, Eduardo. I'll see you tomorrow when I come in. Have a great night. Wendy says one cute thing in the queue on the QT.
Yes.
Louis says everyone at Pulp Fiction is a cute thing.
All right,
yes, it's true.
With the flattery.
It's true. Okay, so we got some fun questions here. Aliens Aftermath comes out this week. If you are in charge of an Alien franchise and had to come up with an idea for a next comic book storyline or next feature film, what would your pitch be? For example, this is mine. What if a ship carrying alien eggs landed in medieval times, so you had knights versus aliens?
That was originally the plot for Alien 3. So instead of...
No way!
Yeah, so instead of me actually giving a real answer, I'll just do my alien nerd thing. Yes, initially it was supposed to be a wooden planet. Yes, because it's a group of people like pilgrims. They were like monastic, and they wanted to get away from all of the other space civilization. So they somehow created their own gravity, made a planet that's basically made out of wood, where they do agriculture and farming and all kinds of things. And Sigourney Weaver lands on that planet instead of a prison planet. And she brings the xenomorph along with her, and so they think the xenomorph is a dragon, a demon, and she's a witch, and so it all has to do with religion and whatnot. And so I guess not. You want the swords, but I would assume that they would have swords. I would like to think they'd have swords.
Wendy says, "What if Baby Yoda got to eat an alien eggs instead of frog
That's
eggs?"
pretty funny. Anything?
What's your pitch, John?
Aliens land in the Old West.
Yeah, great.
6 shooters.
Absolutely.
Rawhide Kid, Kid Colt.
Yeah.
Two Gun Kid.
Off of that, I'll continue. If you guys didn't know, I'm an alien nerd. Off of that, the original Aliens versus Predator comic is a Western.
Oh.
It's a fucking straight up Western. And it's a science fiction thing still because it's in the future, but it's literally revolves around a planet where they do ranching. They go there and they make these rhinoceros like type creatures that are huge to give meat to the rest of the galaxy.
Nice.
And they go there and they have little hover things instead of horses, and they wear cowboy hats and the whole damn thing. And they just happen to be doing that on the planet where predators like to take aliens and hunt them. They've been doing it there for thousands of years. And then, hilarity ensues.
Have they ever had a movie where one single human lands on the alien planet and has to survive?
Not yet, because that costs a whole bunch of money probably. So nobody did that yet. Cool. Yeah, like to see aliens on Earth. That's the second, third thing. Okay, that's enough. We can talk about it all night long.
I would have aliens landing at Disneyland.
There you go. And literally anything at Disneyland.
And trying to sell their cast issues.
Yeah, that would be great too. Right out of Mickey Mouse's chest.
We have a couple suggestions here from the chat. Comic Journey says aliens land in a jungle with Schwarzenegger. Enough said, hey, that happened. That's Predator. Wendy, aliens versus Gunslinger Spawn. Adam says aliens versus Hellraiser with colonists caught in the middle.
Sure.
Love it. Very, very good stuff. Okay. Next question. This might not completely. Oh, did you have one, Megan? Did you have an alien pitch?
Kind of.
What is it?
Well, it's like we're the aliens. So we go, we're like an advanced society now in the future, and we learn how to like warp speed into a black hole. So these astronauts warp speed into a black hole, but then when they get there, they don't know what to expect, and then they find themselves in the middle of a big Star Wars type battle, and then they have to choose sides.
Hey, I like that better than
What
anything
side
else.
are they going to fight for?
Okay.
Louis says, what if aliens appeared on the 4th Indiana Jones movie and put everyone out of their misery? Yes, indeed. Okay, so I'm not sure if John will totally get this because he didn't see Black Widow yet, but this is just, if you had a fake sleeper cell family, like Natasha Romanoff did in Black Widow, Ryan, who would your mom, dad, and sister be using comic book characters? For example, mine would be Dad Deathstroke, Mom Superwoman of Crime Syndicate, and my sister would be Killer Frost.
Do they have? They said they have to be comic book characters.
Whatever you want to be.
Okay. Grandpa's George Romero.
Yes.
And then my dad is. I'll go. My dad is Captain America. I stole it.
That's okay.
Is that all right?
Go ahead.
And my mother is Mary Jane, specifically Marissa Tomei. Not Mary Jane, I'm sorry, Aunt May. And what else do I do? I have to pick a sibling. My sibling is Throg. No, it's Alligator Loki.
My dad is the Frogman.
Yeah.
My mom is Golden Oldie.
Oh, wow, you're going deep.
Which is Aunt May, when she was a Herald of Galactus.
Okay.
And,
I love comic books.
Yes. And my sister would be Big Barda's Female Furies.
Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, man. You're like, yeah, I'm the only guy in the house. No,
Exactly.
no, literally, they're Furies.
Well, I just love Golden Oldie.
Yeah, that's great. That's really good.
So stupid.
Good stuff.
Geez, I probably. Oh man, this is a tough one. Well, first of all, you'd have to have Crypto as your dog.
Yeah,
I mean that would just that kind of goes without saying. And you could also throw Streaky in, because
Sure.
you got to have a dog and a cat. The mom would probably be Lois Lane.
All right.
I would have Lois Lane. For Dad, that's a tough one. It would probably be maybe Metamorpho.
Okay.
Ooh.
That would be interesting. And for a sibling, I would just go for Broke, kind of like the Brady Bunch, and just have pretty much the entire Legion of Substitute Heroes as like other
Big
kids.
family.
Big family. Because nothing's better than like heroes that are kind of terrible.
Louis says my dad would be Mr. Rogers, my mom would be Wonder Woman, my sister would be Stephanie Brown. Nice. He also says, what if the aliens landed in a time of dinosaurs and they fought each other?
That'd be good.
That'd be perfect. All right, cool. I think that's good. Comics Journey also says aliens land in hedonism next weekend. No.
I think we have to give a shout out to Comic Journey.
Yes,
Speaking around the entire
Yeah, no
stream.
kidding.
we love the
Is this one of
commentary.
yours?
Yes.
Okay.
And participating.
Thank you, Comic Journey. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I do have one more. This is specifically for Ryan.
I hate it.
Ryan, if your wife gave you a hall pass,
One of that.
what superhero or comic book
you're gonna
character
get me in
would you be hall pass?
I'll just say pew 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 pew.
Florence
Pew 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 pew.
Who's
That's all
that?
I'll say.
What's that?
It's our new Black Widow.
Oh, okay. Well, I can give Hercules.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it.
Good stuff.
Megan, who would your hall pass be?
Thor.
Oh,
See?
You know what's funny is my wife. That's also her crush. That you're like, oh yeah, Chris Hemsworth. She's no, not Chris Hemsworth.
Thor.
Specifically.
Yeah, his arms.
I like them big and stupid.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Ralph. Not you.
Steven, do you have a hall pass?
That's a tough one.
Stumped.
I am stumped.
Just go with Carol Danvers. Do it.
No. Oh God, no.
Mine would be
Yell
Starfire.
in a bowl of, I guess then that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yell it,
Played by his voice.
Starfire, because Starfire, the tamarins are very,
Orange.
also they're very,
You're into spray tans. I get it.
yeah, they're very experienced people. You guys haven't read comics?
Yes, a great
Yeah, Starfire,
She likes to have sex.
Yes,
That's
Ryan.
what
Louis says my hall pass would be Gamora. Comic Journey says
the
um,
oranges and greens.
his dad would be Thanos, the siblings would be Wanda and Pietro from the Ultimate Universe, and the mom would be Aunt May, and the pet would be
Wait,
Crypto.
the Ultimate Universe, so incestuous siblings.
Yes, that's terrible.
Oh, man.
All right, we have the Bronze and Modern Gods information at the bottom of the screen there. You guys are awesome. We'll cut it back to us. So if you want to, Adam says Starfire also kisses you to learn your language. There you go. So if you want to follow or get any work from Derek Easley Entertainment, what do we do, Megan? And where can they find us?
You can find us at Derek Easley Entertainment, and we do live videos, live shows with multiple cameras. We do social media and commercials, corporate stuff,
Drones, virtual reality, 3D, social media ads.
I said that.
You did.
Don't you do?
Yeah. What don't you do?
We bury the bodies.
Derek is also a writer, a screenwriter.
True story. We also write stuff. So all the things. And we're very excited to be working with the Long Beach Museum of Art again. This next weekend, we're going to be doing the opening for the Tristan Eaton gallery. And he is a fantastic artist. He is one of the designers for the Marvel Studios games art. So that's really cool. And we always have fun here at Pulp Fiction. Mr. Steven, who are you and where can we find you?
I'm Stephen Howarth, and you can find me at popculturemaven.com.
Ooh.
And what do you do?
I do comic reviews and try to do other things, but it's basically been comic reviews because there's so many damn comics coming out.
Awesome. Very cool.
And then we could go back to those guys.
We would go back to them, but they've already left.
You could go back.
Y'all, the store's going to be a little bit under construction tomorrow because we have a big ceiling leak. Which means that I have about 8 feet that I don't have for the indie section this week. It's going to be interesting. But hopefully it gets taken care of soon.
What's wrong with wet comics?
Ahead of time. Yeah, well, luckily not too many things got damaged. And Yeah, that's it.
Oh, hey, Adam's got a question. Here's a question. What comics is Megan reading?
I'm kind of behind, but I read a lot of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
Perfect. Well done.
And Monstrous.
And Monstrous, too. Hey, guys, great show, as always. One last time, where can we find you, John?
At Bronze and Modern Gods on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Thank you so much for dealing with our shenanigans.
No, it was a lot of
We
fun.
appreciate having you. And everyone stay safe out there. Ryan, you want to say bye-bye?
I do want to say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.